the final game of the season for them. Sunrise Hyderabad, they have a chance to qualify for the playoffs, so they are fielding a strong side. They have Riddhiman Saha and Martin Guptill right at the top, along with Manish Pandey, Kane Williamson, the captain, Vijay Shankar, Yusuf Pathan, Mohammad Nabi, Rashid Khan, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Khalil Ahmed and Basil Thampi.
So how big of a game would that loss against the Mumbai Indians prove to be for Sunrise Hyderabad? Because they tied that game. Manish Pandey smashed a six with the final delivery of Hardik Pandya with 7 runs were needed. It was the super over from then, and Jasprit Bumrah and Hardik Pandya did their duties and won Mumbai Indians the game. So had they gone 2 points over there, they would have been third on the table. But right now, they are residing on 4th spot, but that could very well change because they have a positive net run rate. In fact, they have the best net run rate of any other team in the IPL right now. So all they need to do is win the game and add further pressure on the Kolkata Knight Riders, because they'll be facing Mumbai Indians tomorrow, and the message will be clear for Kolkata Knight Riders to qualify for the playoffs. They will have to win in comprehensive manner against Mumbai Indians at Wankhede if Hyderabad turn out to be the winners tonight. And if you look,
and not only win comprehensively at that, because the run rate of Sunrise Hyderabad would come into play as things proceed in the IPL.
And if you look at the fewest tosses won in a season, well, we were talking about Virat Kohli, that he was gesturing towards himself and saying that I finally won a toss. Well, neither have Sunrise Hyderabad have had a good season in the toss when it comes to the toss, because the fewest tosses won in a season, Rajasthan Royal won 4 tosses in 2009, Delhi Daredevils won 4 tosses in 2014, Kings 11 Punjab won 4 tosses in 2017, and now RCB and SRH, the joint have a joint record now. They've just won 4 tosses in the 2019 edition of the IPL. So I think they row the same boat right now, but it will be an interesting competition because Sunrise Hyderabad have all to play for right now.
Sunrise Hyderabad do have all to play for. They want to secure a win here and qualify for the playoffs. At least have a positive chance of qualifying for the playoff. And if they win it from here at the Chinnaswamy, they certainly would play a heavy contention for a playoff spot. And KKR, they do have a match against Mumbai Indians, but they need to win heavily against a side they haven't fared well. Although they have won this season's Eden Gardens leg, but a heavy win at Wankhede against a Mumbai side who has already qualified for the playoffs and is looking for a top 2 spot. I really doubt there'll be a heavy win on that occasion, even if they are able to secure a win. As for RCB, they would be free. They would be free of any kind of mental pressure, because they certainly out of the IPL and have fielded a completely changed side. They would be looking to play for the fans today at the Chinnaswamy.
Bilkul, absolutely. And if we talk about that, there was a tinge of Hindi over there, Paritosh, and he did give me that smile over there. But coming back to the report over there, it's RCB who have won the toss as they have elected to field first. It will be Sunrise Hyderabad who will be batting first. And talking about the record of the two teams, then the 14-run win at home over SRH last year is the only victory for Royal Challengers Bangalore in their last 6 meetings in the IPL. RCB might be behind Sunrise in head-to-head record, but they have defeated their neighbours, their neighbouring franchise on 4 out of 6 occasions.
Well, they have certainly defeated them on 4 out of 6 occasions, but it will be certain that Manish Pandey, who is in form for Sunrise Hyderabad, he'll probably play a crucial part in this game. And with the inclusion of Kane Williamson, his batting average has gone down in the IPL, but against RCB he quite favors scoring against them. 48 the average of Kane Williamson against RCB. He has scored 192 runs in 4 innings against them with the help of 350s. So he'll be heavily relied on this game, as he is looking to get back in form before the World Cup.
And if we talk about the YouTube comment section as well, there are quite a few people who are joined in with us on Sports Flashes Cricket Lounge. It's Azadi Video Zaman saying hello to us, Prajit Reddy Katta saying hi as well, Swapnil saying that Bangalore will win this game, and Rutik Dhuri is here with us as well. Advocate DD Sarkar is the most recent one to join the conversation, saying good evening, and also asking that how are we. Well, we're good, Advocate DD Sarkar. I hope you're doing good. And which team will win tonight? He's asking us for a prediction. Well, I think it's fair to say that you should be giving the prediction over here, sir, because we're just neutrals over here. But it will be a close competition because Sunrise Hyderabad were clearly had been the favourites of the game. Had they had David Warner and Johnny Bairstow to open the innings, but now that both the frontline openers have gone, now that both the frontline openers have left for their respective countries' camp in the forthcoming World Cup, that has now left a massive hole. So it will be quite a thing to dwindle about the Sunrise Hyderabad. And once again, the report is that RCB have won the toss. They have elected to field first. We'll just talk you down through the team. The playing 11 for RCB are Parthiv Patel, Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers, Shimran Hatmayer, Gurkirat Singh Mann, Colin de Granholm, Washington Sundar, Umesh Yadav, Navdeep Saini, Kulwant Khejurlia, Yuzvendra Chahal. And if we talk about Sunrise Hyderabad's team, then Riddhiman Saha, Guptill will be opening the innings for them. Manish Pandey, who is in top-notch form, will come at number 3. Kane Williamson, who hasn't fired throughout the IPL this season, just has to score in this innings for Hyderabad's sake. Vijay Shankar, who also has disappointed for Hyderabad. Yusuf Pathan finally makes a comeback. He comes in place of Abhishek Sharma. Mohammad Nabi, who's looked impressive with the ball and the bat. Rashid Khan. The trump card for SRH as always, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, Khalil Ahmed and Basil Thampi. So it's the final game for SRH. Will it be the final game for Hyderabad? We'll just have to wait and watch, because if Hyderabad win this game and if KKR lose the next one, then they are clearly through to the playoffs. As the fielders walk in, Virat Kohli having just motivating his troops over there as they set their sights towards the Chinnaswamy wicket. The two batsmen now in there are Martin Guptill and Riddhiman Saha. They will need to perform quite well over here. And Astute Survivor join in with us as well, saying that
he is saying that SRH's performance will certainly be heavily reliant on their team, and they would lie very much dominant upon the RCB side. And Tenzin Sungrab also says that he hopes RCB wins today so that KKR can enter playoff by beating MIN. Well, Tenzin, for your sake, I'll say that RCB wins this one, but I don't think they'd be able to beat MIA with a heavy margin, KKR at that. And with that, we'll just wait for the match to begin as the players have entered the field, and Riddhiman Saha along with Martin Guptill are now at the pitch. Riddhiman Saha didn't get too many chances because David Warner and Johnny Bairstow were certainly clicking, but whenever he has played decent starts, not been able to convert them into good scores. 28 and 25, so he'd be looking to get some runs. And Martin Guptill, well, he is one player who is among the top T20 players but has not performed at the IPL quite like to his liking. Virat Kohli quite enjoying the environment at the moment.
That's what he's exactly doing. It's like he's running the orchestra over here, and that's what Virat Kohli is all about. He knows that his team are out of the competition, but he just loves the RCB ground, and they are one of the most faithful followers of their teams. It has been disappointing for them time and time again. They haven't won a single IPL trophy. They have gone to two finals, but they've lost both of them, and this season has just been disappointing. They are on the bottom of the table. They will remain on the bottom of the table. And 3, 2, 1. The first ball is about to be bowled. The bowler is Umesh Yadav, and he will be bowling to Riddhiman Saha. So play on. And the first delivery is about to be bowled. A good delivery to the middle and off a stump. Riddhiman Saha just tucks it towards the mid-wicket region and takes a single while giving Martin Guptill the strike.
Martin Guptill will now be facing Umesh Yadav, who has been hot and cold this season. Sometimes he performs well, but other times he is struck consecutively for major runs. And that is sad news for this RCB side, because it is the inconsistency that has hurt them in the long run. Dilu Muhammad is also with us, and he he is from Kausari Begum and
Bulwayo.
Okay, missed you this week with the beloved. Okay, so he's the one who supports Liverpool and was there earlier. Well, sadly for you, you guys were not quite the favourites against Barcelona anyway. But Lionel Messi took the game away from you. For our football fans, we are referring to the 3-0 defeat of Liverpool at the hands of Barcelona at Camp Nou in the Champions League. Coming back to the IPL. Coming for the foreign players, RCB, that has been the problem for them. They have not been able to stick with one or two. They have had to rotate their players, and with no particular strike bowlers in their squad, that has mainly been the reason why they have suffered in this season's IPL.
It's 1 for no loss, 2 dot deliveries, and Dilu Mohammed, I do understand your sentiments because it was United who got thrashed 3-0 there as well not so long ago, and you have another massive game coming up tonight, and it might decide the fate of the Premier League because Newcastle away from home under the floodlights will be a difficult task. I hope you well, but silently you know that I don't because I'm a United fan over here. So it's 1 for no loss, 3 deliveries have been bowled, and it's Umesh Yadav bowling to Martin Guptill, and it hits the front pad quite away from the leg stump, and no runs taken away here. And you can see the RCB followers completely behind their team over there, and that is the kind of support that every team needs, irrespective of the way they perform, because that's what makes us as the loyal servants of the game, loyal servants of a team, of a franchise, of a fellow hero in the sense of Virat Kohli. 1 for no loss of 0.4 overs. Martin Guptill has yet to come off the mark as Umesh Yadav steams in to bowl the 5th delivery. Decent over so far. Bowls it towards the middle and off once again. Away swinger, drives it towards the mid-on region, went for the single but just refuses it in the final moment. So 4 dot balls and a good start by Umesh Yadav and the Royal Challengers Bangalore.
Oh, well, fantastic from him as only 1 run is given away in the 5 deliveries. Firstly, the first ball and the third ball were the slow ones. Else he has bowled at a pace of above 140, so that is positive news for RCB, that he is certainly showing signs of variation in pace, and that is difficult for any batsman right at the start of the innings, as Martin Guptill and Riddhiman Saha look for runs initially, and it is cut by Martin Guptill for a single of the last delivery. 139 the pace on that occasion, so 2 runs coming off of the first over. A good start from RCB.
And 2 runs coming off that first over. Decent start, yes, I do agree with that. Umesh Yadav bowling a good over there, and Anish Kafle. A worried Kolkata Knight Riders fan is asking that what will happen to Kolkata's chances if SRH win. Well, we'll get to that because the points table right now is that Chennai are comfortably at the top with 18 points in 13 games. 0.209 is the net run rate. Delhi Capitals have moved to second with the positive net run rate as well. Mumbai Indians are on 16. They can move to the top tomorrow, or if they win against Kolkata Knight Riders. And Sunrise Hyderabad, if they win tonight, it will become very difficult for Kolkata Knight Riders because the net run rate of Sunrise Hyderabad is the best amongst the rest of the 7 teams. So they have the best net run rate, 0.653. So if they win tonight, Kolkata Knight Riders will have to win in a convincing and comprehensive way against Mumbai Indians, which will be a big mountain to climb for them.
Well, certainly, because the way Mumbai Indians are playing at the moment, it doesn't look like they'll be a heavy defeat at the Wankhede tomorrow. For KKR fans, that will be sad news because they want to register a heavy win and qualify for the playoffs. And for Mumbai fans, they'd be looking to secure 2 points and get into the top 2 position because they have a better run rate than Delhi Capitals. Coming back to this game, it's the youngster Navdeep Saini who's been given the ball by the captain, and on the very first ball, Martin Guptill has edged it onto his pad. So good bowling by Navdeep Saini right from the start.
And what a decent bowler this young lad is turning out to be, because he bowls at a quick pace of 145, 150. An express fast bowler. He hails from Delhi itself. It's 2 for no loss. 1.1 overs have been bowled this time. A bit wavered to Martin Guptill as he just flicks it towards the final leg region. So that's the first boundary of the game. First boundary for Martin Guptill. First boundary for Hyderabad as well. 6 for no loss in 1.2 overs. And coming back to Navdeep Saini, he has played in 12 IPL games. He has taken 9 wickets as well, which is quite impressive with an average of 39. I think he would be able to work on that as in the next season, and an economy of 8.14. And he's always managed to scalp the wickets, and will he be able to do that once again with his tremendous pace. But what Martin Guptill does next is just smash him over his head for a big 6. On the up, that shot was played. It wasn't the fastest of deliveries by Navdeep Seri. It was bowled at 137.3 kilometers per hour, bowled at a good length. Martin Guptill didn't have any foot movement over there and just played the ball with on the up. 78 meters 6, a boundary followed by a 6. So a decent start now for Martin Guptill now, as the score is 12 for no loss in 1.3 overs.
Fantastic from Martin Guptill on that occasion as he continues his march. He's 11 off of just 8 deliveries. Navdeep Saini, he's been struck for a boundary and a 6 by Martin Guptill, and his stride continues in this game. So a decent start from them as a single has been taken on the 4th delivery. So it will now be a misfield on that occasion. So another
Overthrow.
4 runs, overthrow, and sadly for RCB that will be 5 more runs added, and the score will now be 17 for no loss.
And you could see that what Martin Guptill did, that was dab towards the slip region. He took a single and the throw was wavered, but there should have been better backing up over there on the other end, and because of which the ball has reached the boundary line. So 5 runs coming off of it. Martin Guptill is one lucky chap over there, and it's always a blessing when a batsman gets 5 runs without making any effort. It's 16 of 9 for him, and the score is 17 for no loss.
So fantastic start for SRH continues as RCB gave away free runs to SRH. Martin Guptill now moving on to 16 off of just 9, and Navdeep Saini is bowling into Saha for the 5th delivery and close there right on the block hole. So Navdeep Saini, he's looking good, but these runs he'd be very depressed with the kind of runs that he has given away in this first over. Martin Guptill initially striking him for 4 and a 6, and then the 5-run delivery that certainly hurt him the most.
So 5 runs coming over there, and the last delivery was a dot. So 1.5 overs have been bowled. Final delivery to be bowled by Navdeep Saini. It's turned out to be an expensive over. 15 runs coming off of it so far. And the last delivery has gone for another boundary because he just crunched it towards the cover region, did Wriddhiman Saha. It was bowled at a pace of 150.9 kilometers per hour, but Saha made no mistake over there. From the middle of the bat, it rushes toward the cover region for another boundary. 21 now the score is for no loss in 2 overs, and what an over that has turned out to be. 19 runs coming off that over, and Astute Survivor saying that along with Navdeep Saini, Indian team should take Unatka to the World Cup as well. Will help out off-form Indian batsmen to get back in form. Not a bad idea, Astute Survivor. I think that should be the case.
For practice sessions, yes, you can take Unatka with you, and
perfect net bowler.
well, it is quite evil to say that, but yes, that has been the case. They have given away too many runs along with Umesh Yadav and Mohammad Siraj. So that is one thing that every fan likes to talk about. At the moment, it's Martin Guptill who is taking the attack on RCB, and another 6 over the covers and long off region, and Umesh Yadav is welcomed by Martin Guptill with a 6 on the very first delivery of his second over.
A big 6 once again by Martin Guptill. This time he is not looking to mess around. He just shimmies down the wicket a little and plays him over extra cover, and that's his second 6 of the night. 27 for no loss in 2.1 overs. An electrifying shot by Martin Guptill. He moves on to 22 of just 10 deliveries. He's making sure that Sunrise Hyderabad don't end up missing David Warner or Johnny Bairstow. He's a dangerous T20 batsman, has the second most number of T20 runs in international cricket all over. And this time it's a bouncer by Umesh Yadav. Will that be the first one of the over? Yeah, that is. So a good delivery, good comeback by Umesh Yadav. 27 for no loss in 2.2 overs.
Well, fantastic comeback from Umesh Yadav, as he is certainly surprised Martin Guptill on that occasion, and that is not good news for SRH, as Martin Guptill was picking on Umesh Yadav right from the start. And with this, we'll like to inform our football fans that Bournemouth have registered a 1-0 win over Tottenham Hotspurs, and with that, what that does is that opens up the third spot also in the Premier League. So if you are a Premier League fan, you can download our app Sports Flashes and listen to the live commentary on our app as well.
And let me tell you, the top 4 race of the Premier League is much more exciting than the playoffs. In fact, it's on the same level, you'll have to say, because the people haven't decided who wants to play Champions League next season, and we will get to that. It's a 28 for no loss coming back into the game in 2.3 overs. Saha is on 5 of 3, and Guptill is on 23 of 12. 7 runs coming already off this over, and another delivery to be bowled by Umesh Yadav. Pulls it away, does Riddhiman Saha, and will it be? Oh, and that's dropped by Yuzvendra Chahal. I do agree that it would have been difficult, but he should have taken it at this standard. It was bowled at a pace of 121.6, and that has been the major reason why RCB find themselves at the 8th spot. Drop catches, missed fields, no discipline on the field, and that is exactly what has cost them. So Riddhiman Saha given another life over here. It's 29 for no loss after 2.4 overs.
So close call there, and Yuzvendra Chahal, he almost dismissed Riddhiman Saha on that occasion, but that will result in a single. So Umesh Yadav, his fantastic comeback continues, but this time it's Martin Guptill who has been dismissed. This time an appeal, a huge appeal. Will that go for the DRS? I don't know at the moment. And good comeback from Umesh Yadav continues as Martin Guptill, well, he almost gave it away. Will they take the DRS? I don't really think so. And at the moment it's Martin Guptill who is being surprised time and again with the bouncer by the RCB bowlers.
And it's turning out to be a good game over here for Martin Guptill, and it's only a matter of time before he smashes another boundary, because he's in the form. He's in a really good form over here, because he scored 23 of just 13 deliveries. Umesh Yadav bowling an over-pitch delivery. Oh, couldn't get a hold of that. Martin Guptill, he'll be disappointed with himself. He could have had another 4, and you could see he's disappointed. It's 29 for no loss after 3 overs, and Martin Guptill is on 23 of 14 deliveries, while Riddhiman Saha is on 6 of 4. Umesh Yadav has bowled 2 overs, conceded 10 runs. Navdeep Saini has bowled 1 over, conceded 19 runs. Riddhiman Saha has been given a lifeline by Yuzvendra Chahal, who was dropped at the deep square leg region as he attempted to play the pull shot. Well, it turned out to haunt the Royal Challengers Bangalore. We'll just have to wait and watch. Raja Rajput saying that Delhi Capital is on another level. Well, I feel that they are. I think the new name has done wonders. Ishfaq Ahmed saying that good evening, how are you? We are fine, Ishfaq Ahmed. And Raja Rajput also saying that Rishabh Pant is seriously knocking on India in World Cup squad. Well, the World Cup squad has been announced. He's not there, and well, there was a lot of debate, but I think he needs more time. He is a talented cricketer, talented batsman, a talented middle order batsman, but he needs more time. And Tenzing saying that Virat is a champion chaser, and I'm sure he'll be supporting RCB, because Kolkata Knight Riders will have to face off against Mumbai tomorrow.
Yes, he made it quite clear at the start of the stream that he's supporting RCB in this match, because if RCB win it from here, SRH would be down and out of contention. Well, they still are in contention, but that will certainly be beneficial for KKR. And another boundary coming off of the very first ball, and this time it's Yuzvendra Chahal who's the victim.
Yuzvendra Chahal now brought to bowl his first over. Slog sweep played by Riddhiman Saha. Couldn't get the proper connection, but just had enough meat on the bat, and it goes for a boundary, another boundary. And Sunrise Hyderabad are now just smashing each and every bowler for a boundary or so, because it's 33 in 3.1 overs, and Riddhiman Saha is on 10 of 5 deliveries, while Martin Guptill is on 23 of 14. Goes on the back foot this time and pulls Chahal to another boundary, does Riddhiman Saha. He now moves on to 14 of 6, and he's just adding insult to injury to Chahal, because he dropped a catch in the previous over, that too of Riddhiman Saha, and now he's being smashed for 4s at the leg side region. So Chahal now needs to get a wicket for his team, because it's turning out to be a real good power play for the Sunrise Hyderabad.
Well, it is certainly turning out to be a very good power play for Sunrise Hyderabad, as Saha is batting on 14 off of just 6 deliveries, Martin Guptill on 23 off of 14 deliveries. So fantastic start for SRH continues. Saha tries to go over fielder and gets it over covers and long off this time, and 4 more for Riddhiman Saha. He is now on 18 off of 7, 41 in 3.3 overs for SRH.
So that's now a hat-trick of boundaries for Riddhiman Saha in this over. It was a good shot. He timed it to perfection over the mid of fielder. He just shuffles away from the other wicket and plays a shot over AB de Villiers' head. Even his magnificence could not stop the ball. It was too much for him. It's 41 for no loss in 3.3 overs. Finally, given some respect by Saha as he just plays one towards the square leg region, takes a single and gives the New Zealand international Martin Guptill the strike. Ishfaq Ahmed saying that it's the Martin Guptill show today. Well, it just seems like it might turn out to be that. And Love Edge is saying hello to us. So it's 42 for no loss. Another expensive over. It's turning out to be 13 runs coming so far from it. And it's Martin Guptill, the man on strike. Yuzvendra Chahal bowling his fifth delivery of the over. And the current run rate is of 11.45. Another single taken by Martin Guptill to give Saha the strike this time. It's 43 for no loss in 3.5 overs.
Oh well, fantastic start from SRH continue as it will now be back to Saha for the strike, and this will be the last delivery of the fourth over. Yuzvendra Chahal was struck for 3 consecutive boundaries right from the start of this over, and he'll be looking to exact some revenge on Riddhiman Saha. What will happen as he strides in to bowl to Riddhiman Saha, plays it late, very late indeed, Riddhiman Saha, and a single on that occasion. So 4 overs are done. It's 44 up on board for SRH.
15 runs coming from that over, and here's a stat for Yuzvendra Chahal. He just needs one more wicket to become the first player to bag 100 wickets in the IPL for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Chahal completed 50 IPL wickets at their home ground in Bangalore with the wicket of Sanju Samson during the previous game against RR. So he needs 100. So if he takes a wicket over here, he'll become the first one to bag 100 wickets in the IPL for RCB. And it might just turn around to be in the corner. But meanwhile, it's the Riddhiman Saha and Martin Guptill show, because it's 44 for no loss in 4 overs. Saha is on 20 of 9 deliveries, 4 boundaries for him, and Guptill on the other end is on 24 of 15. 1 boundary, 2 sixes under his belt as well. And astute survivor Anish Kafle, Raja Rajput, Ishfaq Ahmed, Tenzing, Ishfaq Ahmed once again. Quite a few people joining in with us as we head towards the end of the IPL, the final game of the final league fixtures, in fact, because tomorrow it will be the final day of the league fixtures. It will be a double header. The first game will be between the Chennai Super Kings and the Kings 11 Punjab. It will be played at Mohali at Punjab's home, while the second game will be a cracker of a contest between the Mumbai Indians and Kolkata Knight Riders at the Wankhede.
Well, for that match you can also tune in to our app and on YouTube as well for the live updates of that and the chit chat session. Meanwhile, in this game, SRH, they have fared quite well in this power play. 4.1 overs, 45 already up on board, and with the 11 deliveries remaining in the power play, they'll be looking to get approx 15 to 20 odd runs in the remaining 11. For them, Riddhiman Saha and Guptill have fared well. Guptill is on 24 of a 15 and Riddhiman Saha is on 20, who will now take the strike after Guptill drives it towards the off region for a single.
So a single taken by Guptill over there. Good understanding between the two batsmen. They're certainly not messing around this time. They got a solid start in the previous game against Mumbai as well. They scored 40 runs, but they lost wickets in tandem. Jasprit Bumrah was the crux of that situation there at the Wankhede Stadium, and the good news for them is that there is no Jasprit Bumrah, but RCB will have to do something in order to take their wickets, because if Martin Guptill continues to play this way, then he will end up scoring a big one. Meanwhile, and it's Riddhiman Saha this time who goes for the big shot over long on, over mid on in fact, but couldn't get the proper connection and just hands a simple catch to the fielder at mid on. So Saha departs after getting another start. He departs for 20 of 11. The score now will be 46 for 1 as Navdeep Saini chips in with another wicket in the IPL.
Another strike for Navdeep Saini, and the breakthrough comes for RCB as Navdeep Saini strikes Riddhiman Saha off the pitch. He is gone for 20 off of 11, caught by Umesh Yadav, an easy catch there, and RCB have got the initial breakthrough.
And Sharif Ahmed giving his prediction, saying that Hyderabad will score 169 after 20 overs. Kalyan Bharat is saying that promoting something else over here, and Jagdish Ram is asking us what the score is. It's 46 for 1 after 4.3 overs. Tenzing quite excited with that wicket and saying that yes, Saha, goodbye. So I'm sure that he's supporting RCB tonight for valid reasons of his own. 46 for 1 and 4.3 overs. The current run rate still of 10.22. Last man to depart was Saha, but Martin Guptill is still in there. He's on 25 of 16. As Manish Pandey, the man in form who struck 350s, will be the next man to walk in.
Well, for them, SRH, they would like their captain Kane Williamson to finally come good, as he's been out of form this season. He was the orange cap holder last time around, and this season he has been a shadow of that player. He would like to get some runs under his belt before he joins his New Zealand side for the World Cup preparations. And Kane Williamson, well, he's a great captain, he is a great leader on the pitch, but he has not been in the mix of runs, and this time the opportunity to come one down has been given to Manish Pandey.
And Manish Pandey has done sensationally well in his last 4 games, and almost won the game against the Mumbai Indians as well, but he would be disappointed with how it ended, as Mumbai won in the Super Over with quite ease. A sensational knock of 75 he played in that game, and he will once again have to prove a point, and once again have to prove that he's there to stay for the Sunrisers Hyderabad and score some runs, because sadly for Hyderabad, Kane Williamson hasn't fired throughout the tournament. Vijay Shankar hasn't been able to provide his team with the runs, so it's now on his shoulders. And Martin Guptill too, especially now that he's got the runs on the board. He's on 25 of 16 is Martin Guptill with a strike rate of 156. Manish Pandey has taken a single on the very first delivery that he faced. The score is 47 for 1 in 4.5 overs.
After the initial wicket, the run rate has slowed down a bit. In the 2 deliveries bowled by Navdeep Saini, there has been a single and a dot. So a good over from Navdeep Saini continues. He has just given away 3 runs in his 5 deliveries, and it's Martin Guptill who will do the damage on the last delivery, as he strikes one through the covers for a 4. So 51 now up for SRH, as even Navdeep Saini is not refrained from the attack of Martin Guptill.
It's 51 for 1 now. What a shot that was by Martin Guptill. He moves his front lug away and plays a shot over covers. So another boundary for Martin Guptill. The score now is 51 for 1 in 5 overs. Another over left of a power play. Guptill is on 29 of 18 deliveries, 2 boundaries, 2 sixes. Manish Pandey is on 1 of 1. Jagtas Ram is here with us, saying that RCB will win this game, and also saying that Kohli will score 100 over here, JR Bishnoi Bikaner. So, well, Virat Kohli, this is his final opportunity to redeem himself. He has already scored 100 in this season of the IPL. He scored it against the Kolkata Knight Riders, and he has scored 4 in the past as well. So 500s in totality for Virat Kohli in the IPL. Will he be able to sign off in grand manner? We'll just have to wait and watch. Right now it's RCB who are bowling as they won the toss over here. It's Chahal given another opportunity. He's bowling a second over. The first over was expensive for him, going for 15 runs in that, but he started off well over here against Manish Pandey. Slightly on the shorter lane this time, as he back foot punches it towards the cover region. No runs taken by Manish Pandey. It's 51 for 1 in 5.1 overs.
Well, a fantastic start from SRH was only hindered by the wicket taken by Navdeep Saini, and very close. He's been the Chahal of getting the wicket of Manish Pandey, who was fantastic for them against Mumbai Indians, and very close to the wicket, but didn't get this time.
Wow, just millimeters away that ball from striking the off stump. It hit the bat, it was going towards the off stump, but just I think just moves away at the final moment. So a lucky break there for Manish Pandey, and now finally Chahal getting back to his best. 3 dot deliveries now, as Manish Pandey is in really good form, but right now he is struggling. He's not able to reach Chahal with utmost ease right now. He went to the back foot this time around. Another inside edge as it hit the pad, and Virat Kohli doing what he does the best, cheering up his bowlers. The slip has been removed now. It's Chahal now to bowl his 4th delivery of the second over. 5.3 overs have been bowled, 51 for 1 this time. The slip has been removed. I think that was the mistake made over there, because it took the edge, it went towards the slip cordon, and had there been a slip, then that would have been another wicket for RCB.
Well, Yuzvendra Chahal is smiling at the moment, because he knows as soon as they remove the slip, it certainly got the edge, and that could have been it for him. He smiles now, and the decision has certainly not worked in their favour of removing the slip. A brilliant over from Yuzvendra Chahal continues. He has bowled 3 dots, and the 4th dot, this one on the 5th delivery, and only a single has been taken on the 4th. So 1 run coming off of this over until now. A fantastic over. So RCB, they claw their way back into this power play, as they were once looking at a run rate of over 11. Now it has come down, and how?
And what a good over that was. Another dot delivery took the outside edge of Martin Guptill, bamboozled over there. So just 1 run coming off of it, and the score is 52 for 1. And the reason why Yuzvendra Chahal is being promoted to bowl in the first few overs of the power play is because he's bowled to Martin Guptill on 2 separate occasions in the IPL, and he's got him out on both of them. So that is the reason why the tactic has been used by Virat Kohli. It's 52 for 1. The power play has come to an end. Somehow the RCB camp, the RCB fielders and bowlers have clawed their way back into the power play as Ridhiman Saha and Martin Guptill were going hammer and tongs. So 52 for 1. Vansh is here with us, back with us, saying that, hi sir, how are you? Well, we're good. Vansh, hope you're doing fine. Sachin Kumar saying that Hyderabad will win this game. Well, still a long way to go for Hyderabad over here, Sachin Kumar. But it's 52 for 1 out of 6 over. The first strategic timeout has been taken. So we'll just take a short break. Till then, keep listening to Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes live. Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio. Sports Flashes Radio, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, the official broadcast partner of BCCI. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. Catch all the cricketing action and complete drama at one click of your phone.
He does that. Smack again onside, being peppered. Consecutive boundaries.
Don't miss. Download the app now. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes. One station filled with full football fever.
Thinks about the shot. Will go for it and will plant an absolute cracker into the corner to put the icing on what is a very sweet-tasting cake for Manchester City.
And you are just one click away.
Sergio Aguero. Oh, that's vicious! Unstoppable!
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes. You are listening to Sports Flashes live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Sports Flashes Cricket Lounge with Wali Siddiqui and Paritosh Joshi. It's 56 for 1. The strategic timeout has come to an end, and it's Kejulia who comes to bowl his first over, and wonderfully cover driven by Manish Pandey. That's his first boundary that will bring in further confidence in him, and he moves on to 6 with that beautiful shot which went for a 4. And if you look at his last 3 innings, he scored a 71 against MI, he scored 36 against Kings 11 Punjab. He scored 61 against Rajasthan Royals, and he's also scored 83, an unbeaten 83 against Chennai Super Kings. So that's what the story says for Sunrise Hyderabad. 56 for 1. Manish Pandey in good form, and Virat Kohli as usual dancing in the middle. There must be some music going on, and that's what he can do at the moment. And beautifully pulled this time by Pandey, the Natraj shot, and takes by Manish Pandey, a single taken. 57 for 1 now.
Well, easy to confuse Pandey and Pandya, but this time around it was Manish Pandey who has scored a single for SRH and gives the strike to the other batsman. For SRH, the equation is that they need to need to win against RCB. That is the best they can do, and even when they lose, they'll have their destiny in the hands of KKR, because if KKR also loses, they'll certainly still make the cut because of their net run rate. So they are in contention for the playoffs, but a win would do them loads of good here at the Chinnaswamy. And for the batsman Martin Guptill, their opener, he's looking good at the moment, and they can hope that he'll continue for long. Manish Pandey accompanying him. Manish Pandey was breathtakingly good against MI. He single-handedly led his team into the super over. It was sad that they lost from there, but as things are at the Chinnaswamy, SRH are batting at 57 for 1 in 6.4 overs with Martin Guptill and Manish Pandey in the centre.
And a beautifully pulled away by Martin Guptill, but straight into the fielder's hands. So a single taken, 58 for 1 in 6.5 overs. Raja Rajput here with us, Vishal Dahal, and Raja Rajput saying that Rashid Khan needs to seriously reflect on his performance. He's starting to become a hype job. Hardik and Watson smashed him all over the park. Well, Raja Rajput, I do agree to that to an extent, but I also disagree because if you remember the game against Mumbai Indians at Hyderabad, he took his wicket, did Rashid Khan. And in his previous game against, before the Mumbai Indians, he played against Kings 11 Punjab. He took 3 wickets over there as well. And it's just an off day. Shane Watson has been having lots of off days, and he's just picked up performances against Delhi Capitals and Hyderabad. So I understand where that's coming from. I think that has more to do with how he has turned out to be a revelation for Hyderabad, and that happens once you are actually considered as a top bowler. It's 59 for 1 after 7 overs. Manish Pandey is on 8 of 9 deliveries, 1 boundary struck by him, and Martin Guptill on the other hand looking as solid as ever. He's on 30 of 22, 2 boundaries, 2 sixes, negating the singles and numbers, and also smashing the odd ball for a boundary or a 6.
Well, he's certainly striking good, but this SRH side, their run rate has certainly dipped after the wicket of Riddhaman Saad. At one stage they were scoring at a run rate of around 11. Right now it is not even near 9. So you can see how much a wicket can change in this game of IPL, and in T20 games the whole scenario of a game can change in 1 or 2 overs, and that is what has happened here.
It's a 59 for 1 in 7 overs, and the 8th over is about to be bowled. The partnership now worth of 13 runs, and the first partnership for the first wicket between Martin Guptill and Vidhiman Saha was of 45 runs, so they gave a decent start to their team. But now the rest remains on the batsman to come. A single taken by Manish Pandey on Washington Sundar's first delivery. He's bowling his first over, just flicks it away, takes a single, and gives the strike to Martin Guptill as he is batting out 30 of 22 deliveries. An interesting question had just come in front of us. RCB, we do know that they are on the bottom of the table. According to you, where do you think they need to? Well, we'll get to that, but Washington Sundar has got the big wicket of Martin Guptill. He bowled a short of a good length delivery. It turned towards him, and Martin Guptill tried to play that flick towards the mid-wicket region, but couldn't put that towards the ground, and has gifted an easy catch to Virat Kohli, who was shouting at short mid. So the first wicket for Washington Sundar, an important one for RCB. It's 60 for 2 in 7.2 overs.
Well, an important wicket there by SRH, by RCB's perspective, and a crucial wicket for SRH is down as Martin Guptill departs after scoring 30 off of 23 deliveries. He was looking extremely good. He was right there from the start, providing a decent start for SRH. But at the Chinnaswamy, the pass score is around 190, and with the batting lineup, which consists of Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers, anything you score can be chased at the Chinnaswamy. Given that they would require their middle order batsmen to certainly flourish in this game and not falter. Manish Pandey, who was in sensational form against Mumbai, he now holds the key for SRH's attack.
Well, now coming back to that question, now that RCB are on bottom of the table, they certainly need changes in their lineup. So, what do they need to invest in?
Bowlers and bowlers. I think their lack of a proper bowling squad, especially a fast bowler, that has done them a lot of harm. And Avdeep Saini, yes, he's a promising youngster, he's a rising young lad, but you need someone who you can rely on regular wickets in and game out, who can restrict runs for you. And if you want to be a champion side, you have to have champion players in your team.
So it's a pretty clear from Paritos that RCB need to invest in more bowlers, and I think a few good Indian batsmen in their batting lineup would do them a word of good as well. And the middle order, they do have Moeen Ali, they have Marcus Stoinis, but they need a decent Indian contingent batting lineup over there, because that might do them a word of good in the next season.
Well, they can look into the domestic circuit for the middle order batsmen, because we have seen time and again when the openers fail to flourish, players like Manish Pandey and others come into play. But what a brilliant catch on that occasion to remove Manish Pandey from the centre, as it's Shaman Hetmeyer who has been phenomenal on field, and now he has concluded it with a diving catch towards his right near the boundary. And Washington Sundar, well, he strikes again. 2 wickets in this over for him, and it's fantastic for RCB's perspective. 2 quick wickets, and they are certainly depleted. SR at 61 for 3 now the total.
Well, what an over this is turning out to be for the Royal Challengers Bangalore and Washington Sundar in particular. He's dismissed Martin Guptill, who was set on 30, and now he might have just dismissed Manish Pandey, who was in the form of his life right now. He's on 9 of 12 deliveries. He went for the big pull shot, couldn't get the proper connection, and the fielder at deep mid wicket, Shimran Hetmeyer, did collect it. Right now, the 2 umpires are giving it a look if he took it cleanly, because he took it on the it was quite low, and he has cleanly collected it as far as I can see. But I think
he has touched the ground while he was turning. We'll have to wait and see for that, because the third umpire will surely have a look at it. And has he touched that ball into the ground? Very close on that occasion.
This is going to be a close call, and this is going to be a big call, because Manish Pandey, if you dismiss him right now, then RCB will be all over Hyderabad. He has his fingers underneath, but when he spins to get back his balance, has he touched the ground? I think he hasn't. Or has he? Well, we just have to see. The umpires have given the soft signal of out, so that might have some major impact. But Shimran Hetmeyer, has he taken a catch or not? We'll just have to wait and watch. Third umpire will come in with a big decision over there, and it's just that he's taken it cleanly, but on the spin, wow, we'll just have to wait. On the spin, has he just made a contact with the ground? Shimran Hetmeyer. Right now it's 61 for 2. It could turn out to be 61 for 3. And Tenzing Sugram saying, RCB, come on. Well, I'm sure you would want this wicket to fall. And I think he's taken it cleanly.
Well, it looks like certainly that he has taken it cleanly, Shimran Hetmeyer, on that occasion. But a close call. The soft decision from the centre was that it was out, and that might play a role in the final decision of the third umpire, as the final words are being exchanged right now, and it is the decision is certainly out. So Manish Pandey walks back as the red flags come out in the Chinnaswamy, and Shimran Hetmeyer celebrates with the crowd. The crowd goes berserk with that dismissal, because they know how crucial Manish Pandey was for the innings of SRH. And another wicket falls. It will now be Kane Williamson who will walk in
with Vijay Shankar.
Vijay Shankar who will walk in with Kane Williamson to certainly get something going for SRH. A fantastic start from their openers, but quick wickets now for RCB as Washington Sundar strikes again.
I think it will be safe to say that Hyderabad are in big trouble over here, because the 2 batsmen are not in good form. Kane Williamson and Vijay Shankar haven't done anything significantly for their team. and they need to prove a point today because Sunrise Hyderabad are in massive pressure. If they lose tonight, Kolkata Knight Riders, all they need to do is win, and not with a comprehensive manner. They just need to win that game against Mumbai Indians. It's 61 for 3 in 8 overs. RCB definitely making a comeback into the game. 2 wickets and that 1 over by Washington Sundar. Shaz Khan is listening to us from Ukraine, and he's asking us the score. It's 61 for 3 in 8 overs, Shaz. And Raja Rajput saying that he's really been impressed by Shreyas Santosh Iyer. Well, I didn't know that his middle name was Santosh, so thank you for that information, Raja. And he has been impressed by his captaincy. Well, I think he's done a decent job.
Well, he certainly has done a decent job here. Shreyas Iyer making sure that Delhi Capitals qualify for the playoffs, and even having the top 2 spots in contention. So a big result for Delhi Capitals this time in the IPL. Last time around they were languishing at the bottom of the table, and they have played remarkably well to change their fortunes. As far as my memory goes, it was back in 2012 when they topped the charts of the IPL, when they qualified for the playoff or semi-final stage, when there was semi-finals. And after that it was decided that it would be playoffs played and not semi-finals, because the cruelty of the format, that even if you top the charts, you can just have a bad day in the office and go out without a place in the final. So that was the reason that playoffs were introduced. And on this occasion, Delhi Capitals, they have made a mark in this season's IPL. They have been inconsistent time and again, but as a team they have performed well, and now they play for the playoffs.
It's a good catch taken by Shimron Hetmeyer talking about the game, and you can see Virat Kohli and Shimron Hetmeyer having a banter of their own, and it's been quite a while since Hetmeyer has been reintroduced to the RCB camp. He has faced a few games in the beginning but failed to impress. He couldn't score much for RCB, and today might be the day that he actually turns up for RCB. 61 for 3 in 8.2 overs. Hyderabad will have to rebuild and regroup once again. It's Kane Williamson who's on 1 of 2, and Vijay Shankar is on not. He is yet to get off the mark, and the last wicket to go was that of Manish Pandey, and a single taken. Will it be? No. Good fielding effort by Virat Kohli, who's standing at point, active as always, and no runs taken. So the pressure steadily rising on the Sunrise Hyderabad, because this is an important game for them, and it's 61 for 3 in 8.2 overs.
Virat Kohli certainly enjoying the proceedings at the moment, and he is dancing with the crowd at the Chinnaswamy. 8.3 overs done, 61 for the loss of 3 wickets. Vijay Shankar and Williamson in the centre for SRH, and Navdeep Saini, he has bowled well. Also has the youngster Washington Sundar removing 2 crucial wickets at an important time for them, as now the warning for the first bouncer has been given to Khajrolia. So he would be he should rather be alert on his line and length.
And talking about Kane Williamson as well, though he might not be in the form of his life, he has an average of 48 in the IPL against the Royal Challengers Bangalore. The Sunrise skipper has scored 192 runs in 4 innings against them with the help of 350s. So with the help of that average, with the help of that information that Kane Williamson might have in his mind as well, he needs to step up this time for his team. Meanwhile, a beautiful straight drive by Vijay Shankar on Kejriwal's 5th delivery, but it's a single and nothing more. So 62 for 3 in 8.5 overs, and finally it will be Kane Williamson who gets the strike. He's on 1 of 2, and Vijay Shankar has used up 5 deliveries. He scored 1 as well. So RCB definitely making a comeback into the game. Last 4 overs, it's just 15 runs from Hyderabad and 2 wickets also given. So they need to score beyond 180, 190, because the Chinnaswamy always is a batting friendly wicket, especially when you keep in mind the short boundaries. So all sorts of work to be done by Hyderabad, still a long way to go. 11 overs remain after this over, and good delivery once again, back foot punched by Kane Williamson towards the cover region, single taken. So just 2 runs coming off that over of Kejriwal. A decent over, good over by him. The score is now 63 for 3 in 9 overs, and Stylish Khan is here with us as well. And what a name that is, Stylish. Jiblal Yadav saying that they'll score 176 with Sunrise Hyderabad. Tenzing supporting RCB, and Shaz Khan from tuning in from Ukraine. So the score is now 63 for 3 in 9 overs. Cade Williamson is the man on strike. He's on 2 of 3 deliveries, while Vijay Shankar is on 1 of 5. Washington Sundar has bowled 1 over, has given away 2 runs, has taken 2 wickets in the process. Kulwant Kejriwala has bowled 2 overs, has given 9 runs in the process. And if you talk about the rest of the bowling figures, it's Umesh Yadav, who's bowled 2 overs, given 10 runs. Navdeep Saini has bowled 2 overs, given 25 runs, but has taken a wicket of Vridhiman Saha. Yuzvendra Chahal has bowled 2 overs, given 16 runs, no wickets under his belt. Kulwant Kejriwala has bowled 2 overs and has proved to be quite economical because he's just given 9 runs. And Washington Sundar, the trump card for them right now, 1 over, 2 runs and 2 wickets as well, as he bowls in his second over of the game. It's 63 for 3 in 9.1 overs, and it's with Cade Williamson who's on 2 of 5 and Vijay Shankar who's on 1 of 5. And a good start it was given by the Sunrisers Hyderabad, but what a comeback by RCB.
Well, fantastic comeback from RCB to restrict this side to only 64 in 9.3 overs. They were cruising when the 5 over mark was there, but quick wickets from RCB bowlers have helped them gain certain ground in this game. And Shamran Hetmaiah, what a catch did he take for removal of Manish Pandey from the centre. It's Washington Sundar who was the one who took 2 wickets right in his 1 over, and he's bowling his second over, the 10th over in this first innings, as Vijay Shankar will be the one who will be facing the 4th delivery of the over.
And another good delivery. This time it will be a single from Vijay Shankar as he just punches it towards the mid-on region, long-on region. In fact, 65 for 3 now, 9.4 overs. And all that hard work of Martin Kuptill and Vridhiman Saha in the earlier overs has now, I think, gone down the drain, because once again they need to rebuild to Cade Williamson and Vijay Shankar, and he's one terrific batsman is Cade Williamson, one of the modern day greats along with Virat Kohli and Steve Smith, and he just needs to prove a point over here that he is one of the best 3-dimensional cricketers right now who can play in tests, ODIs as well as T20s. A quick double taken away here by Cade Williamson as he flicks it towards the square leg region, and good running over there. So the score now is 65 for 3 in 9.4 overs.
So as you look at an interesting statistics, the lowest average of a middle order is proudly being represented by SRH, then comes RR, and then Delhi Capitals. So interesting fact, more than interesting, because Shreyas Iyer and Rishabh Pant play for the Delhi Capitals, and a lower average like that certainly shows how poorly they have performed. Meanwhile, a brilliant boundary comes in for Kane Williamson, who has struck for the very last delivery of Washington Sundar. So the total will now be 71 for the loss of 3 wickets after 10 overs.
Good shot there by Cade Williamson. He rode back to the back foot and just cut Washington Sundar towards the point region, and a boundary that would definitely give him some confidence. He has not been in the best of forms this season. He was the orange cap holder last season. Will he be able to provide Sunrisers Hyderabad with some assistance today? He needs to play a skipper's knock. He's on 9 of 8 after hitting 1 boundary. Vijay Shankar has used up 6 deliveries. He's on 2. He needs to prove a point as well. He's been selected for the World Cup, and quite a few people are questioning now his position in the World Cup now that he hasn't been able to fire in the IPL. Will he be able to do it tonight for Hyderabad? Stylish Khan, we've got your message. Zafar Bhatkar is here with us as well. Funny clip saying, hello friends, how are you? We're good. How are you doing? It's 71 for 3 in 10 overs.
Well, they have to rebuild a partnership here. Vijay Shankar and Kane Williamson, as Vijay Shankar is the one who will be facing Umesh Yadav, who is bowling his 3rd over on the night. And for Umesh Yadav, this has been a rather troublesome season, as his performances have been up and down throughout the IPL and throughout the matches. Certainly he bowls a good over, then he comes in and gets smacked for 20 plus. As for Vijay Shankar, this has been a poor season for him. Last time around he was rather productive for SRH. This time around, poor performances, and a string of them hasn't worked in his favour, as this is the time that he accompanies his captain for a good batting performance.
It's 72 for 3, and the highest score for Vijay Shankar in this season, the IPL, has been 40 not out. and that was in his first game for against the Kolkata Knight Riders, and then he scored a 35 as well against the Rajasthan Royals. That's his second best, but ever since that, it's just been 1, 7, 11, 26, 27, 1, 2, 3, and nothing more than that. So he needs to bat well, bat deep, and the batting lineup to come for Hyderabad is deep. They still have Yusuf Pathan, but he hasn't played quite a few games. He's been away, so I'm sure that he'll struggle in the middle as well. Rashid Khan is there too. Mohammad Nabi played a good cameo of 35 runs in Mumbai, but unfortunately he wasn't able to cross the line, so he will have to prove a point. 74 for 3, a single taken by Vijay Shankar. 10.3 overs have been bowled.
Now their match continue. Williamson and Shankar, they need a partnership here, SRH, and these players are some of the most reliable batsmen in the mix of international season. Vijay Shankar, he has put in some performances for Indian side as well, but this time around his IPL season has been rather tumultuous. Projected score is around 150 at the moment because they have went at a slower rate after the 5-over mark, as Kane Williamson takes on his own to score the boundaries and gets right in the middle of the bat off of a Umesh Yadav delivery through the mid-wicket, and a 4 will come for him.
So 2 boundaries in the last 2 deliveries that he faced, Kane Williamson, and now he is timing the ball with perfection. Is the New Zealand captain, also the captain of the Sunrisers Hyderabad. He moves on to 14 with that boundary of 10 deliveries. Vijay Shankar is on 4 of 8. The score is 78 for 3 in 10.4 overs. Umesh Yadav has bowled 2.4 overs, has gone for 17 runs. 2 deliveries remain in this over, and this time does the sensible thing, does Kane Williamson. Dabs it towards the third man region and takes a single. 79 for 3 in 10.5 overs. Kane Williamson's wicket will be the key for Virat Kohli and his men, and it will be the same for Sunrisers Hyderabad because he needs to prove a point. David Warner, Johnny Bairstow, the 2 veterans, proved a point while opening the innings. Will Kane Williamson able to score big for Hyderabad?
Well, they want that. SRH and their fans also want their captain Kane Williamson to score big on the night because they need to win here. If they win, they certainly are in heavy position to qualify for the playoffs. And now the final delivery is a dot by Umesh Yadav, so a good over from him concludes, and 11 overs are now done. 79 for 3 on board for Sunrisers Hyderabad.
A play and a miss there by Vijay Shankar. It was a short delivery, and Vijay Shankar tried to play the pull but couldn't connect. It went back to the keeper, Partha Patel. So a dot delivery. It's 79 for 3. The current run rate is of 7.18, and Kane Williamson is on 15 of 11. While we talk about Vijay Shankar, he's on 4 of 9 deliveries. Washington Sundar. I'm sure that Virat Kohli will continue to bowl him in the remaining of the overs because he's bowled 2 overs. He's given away just 10 runs, and he's taken 2 wickets as well. And if you talk about Umesh Yadav, he's bowled 3 overs and has given away 18 runs. So the score is 79 for 3, and it's turning out to be RCB's game right now because they've sprung back into the game after taking 3 quick, not 3 quick wickets, but 3 wickets. It was a good start given by Wriddhiman Saha and Martin Guptill, a 46-run stand, and then the first wicket fell of Wriddhiman Saha by Nadeep Saini. The second wicket fell for 60, the third wicket fell for 61, both taken by Washington Sundar, and now Hyderabad find them on a troublesome spot. It's 79 for 3 as Yuzvendra Chahal comes in place of Washington Sundar to bowl his 3rd over of the game, and it just spins away from Kane Williamson as he tried to defend it, missing the outside edge, and no runs taken over there. 79 for 3. This time it was the googly, and in fact it was a wrong run, so a single taken by just flicking it towards the square leg region. Kane Williamson moves on to 16 with that single. Vijay Shankar on the other end is on 4 of 2. The score is 80 for the loss of 3 wickets in 11.2 overs.
Well, Vijay Shankar, he's a great player. We all know that. He was fantastic for SRH last season. He has been not into the best of forms this time around, and it's time for him to finally click because his team requires him to accompany his captain for a good partnership here. They are struggling at the moment. 3 quick wickets right in the middle overs, straight near the end of the power play, hasn't worked in his favour. And for Vijay Shankar, he's a young lad, 28 years old. he'll be looking to get some experience so that he can play for India for long. And he is certainly in the World Cup squad and would like to back his claim of playing in the 11 by a good performance here for right the end of the IPL for SRH.
Well, he's 28 years of age. He's from Tamil Nadu. He's played 31 IPL games. Has batted in 27 occasions. Has a strike rate of 130 and a highest score of 63. Has scored 250s in the process and has an average of 31. So he's a decent batsman. He could do much more, and he has proved that for India too in his cameos of 40-50 runs against Australia and New Zealand. So he needs to prove a point today, does Vijay Shankar. 81 for 3. A good delivery once again bowled by Yuzvendra Chahal. No runs taken by Kane Williamson. Final delivery to be bowled, and just 2 runs coming off this over so far. Kane Williamson is on 16 of 14, while Vijay Shankar is on 5 of 10, and changing his field over there is Yuzvendra Chahal.
Well, he's certainly changing his field, but we have seen in the past that Kane Williamson struggles against Yuzvendra Chahal. In 8 innings that he has played against him, only 47 has he scored in 8 innings, and twice has been he has been removed by Yuzvendra Chahal, and he has batted at a strike rate of 94. So that is quite unlike Kane Williamson, who scores above a strike rate of 100. He certainly struggles against Yuzvendra Chahal, and Virat Kohli knows this about Kane Williamson, so he's using Yuzvendra Chahal right for when he has the chance of removing Kane Williamson early on.
So it's 81 for 3 in 12 overs. Ram Sagar Singh is here with us. He's enjoying the chit chat session. Kalandir Khan saying that SRH will win this game, and Karthik Karant is saying that Royal Challengers Bangalore will win. So it's a divided house at the moment, and it's 81 for 3. Kolkata Knight Riders fans would definitely want RCB to win this game, and Hyderabad on the other end just have to prove a point for themselves. It's 81 for 3 in 12 overs, and the current run rate is of 6.75, and Vijay Shankar is on 5 of 10, while Kane Williamson is on 16 of 16. And it's 81 for 3 in 12 overs. Umesh Yadav has bowled 3 overs, 18 runs, but what a shot that was. It was by Vijay Shankar. A short delivery bowled by Colin de Grant, who is bowling his first over after quite a while, and Vijay Shankar just plays one towards the long on region, a big 6, and that would bring in some confidence for him.
Fantastic shot, times it well right from the middle of the bat, and it goes deep into the stands. So a welcome 6 for Vijay Shankar, and 87 meters, so not even near the boundary line, quite far off it. Massive 6 from Vijay Shankar. He tries to go for another big one, but completely misses this time around. Edges it over the field of Virat Kohli on that occasion, and will get a double. So you don't need to score boundary and 6 every now and then. You just need it once or twice in the over, and you'll be good. Vijay Shankar, you should be told that by your captain, and certainly every SRH fan would feel that you can score a 6 or a boundary, and then play along for a single.
And
that will do better for your team rather than going for a 6 every time.
And that is exactly what Vijay Shankar is doing over here. He has set the target over here. He's got a target, Colin de Grant home. A 6 on the first ball, double on the second, a single now on the third delivery as he gives his skipper Kane Williamson the strike. The score is 90 for the loss of 3 wickets in 12.3 overs. Vijay Shankar is on 14 of 13 deliveries, and Kane Williamson is looking good as of now. 16 of 16 with 2 boundaries under his belt. 90 for 3 in 12.3 overs. They would be eyeing that 180, 190 runs mark. Will they be able to do that? They have 7.3 overs remaining, so a cut shot this time. It was rushing towards the boundary line, but what an effort by Virat Kohli, and he's a sensational fielder. So just a single taken over there, and it's 91 for 3 now. And Karthik, Kalandar, Ram Sagar, all of us here with us. The points table is such that Chennai Super Kings are on the top, Delhi are on second, MI are on third, SRH are on fourth, KKR are on fifth. But that could very much change within a day or two. 92 now for 3 in 13 overs as Vijay Shankar takes a single in 12.5 overs.
Another single for SRH, and this has been a good over for them. 11 runs coming off of it already. 1 delivery still to go. Well, Vijay Shankar He's trying too hard at times, and that is not working in his favor. He just needs to play his natural game. He's trying to strike every ball, and that is not quite possible. Although we've seen time and again, then when you bowl a shot to him, he certainly is able to pick the ball better. And that should be running in the minds of the bowlers of RCB as we speak. 13 overs conclude. It's 93 up on board for Sunrisers Hyderabad for the loss of 3 wickets as Kane Williamson and Vijay Shankar continue to build on a partnership.
Kane Williamson is on 18 of 18. Vijay Shankar is on 15 of 14. 12 runs have come from that last over of Colin de Grandhomme. The partnership now worth of 32 runs of 31 deliveries between Shankar and Williamson. And the last 4 overs, if you look at the score, if you look at the runs that have been taken by RCB, then 30 runs have come in the last 4 overs. 7 overs remain now. RCB would want to clean up their overs in a grand manner. They want to take the wickets and they want to chase a target under 170. Then it will be their game. And Hyderabad, exactly the opposite. They want to touch that 180, 190 run mark. 93 for 3 as Washington Sundar will be bowling his third over. 2 wickets for 10 runs. His bowling figures.
Well, Sundar has bowled fantastically in his 2 overs, but this time around Williamson tries to go for the boundary by cutting it towards the cover region, but no, it was not to be as Umesh Yadav was present there at the moment. And with that, Washington Sundar is also bowling his 3rd over of the night. He has been good for RCB in this game, taking 2 crucial wickets. And would he be able to get the better of Vijay Shankar? Vijay Shankar is certainly trying his level best to get a boundary or a 6, and coming down on one knee on that occasion, but missing the plot with Parthiv Patel. He also fumbles, but finally collects the ball.
Well, that was an opportunity over there for Vijay Shankar to go for that big shot, but he missed and he was disappointed over there. Tenzing Sugrab saying that RCB need Williamson's wicket right now. Fingers crossed. Well, I think he's more interested in this game than he will be against Mumbai Indians. Well, I understand your feelings, Tenzing, and we've been put under similar situations as well in some game or another. It's 94 for 3, 13.2 overs have been bowled. Short delivery, Vijay Shankar pulls it, and that will be another 6, a flat 6 from him, almost in the similar direction that he hit Colin de Grandhomme. And now it's 100 for the loss of 3 wickets. That ball was delivered at a pace of 105 by Washington Sundar.
So Vijay Shankar picking the ball, and this is what we talk about. If you bowl a shorter length to him, he'll be able to pick you up easily. 73 meters the distance of the 6 as SRH. That is positive news for them. Another big one by Vijay Shankar, and this time he goes bigger into the stands. Another 6. So Vijay Shankar is turning on the style here through the mid wicket. He has struck 3 times in the previous 2 overs, and on all 3 occasions he has gone for the mid wicket region. So he's picking Washington Sundar quite well at the moment. 2 consecutive 6s, and Vijay Shankar is looking like getting on stride here at the Chinnaswamy.
Well, he looks in good form now. He's on 27 of 17, 3 6s now under his belt, and this is exactly what Hyderabad need, because there have been quite a few people saying that they look subdued now that but this time, what does Vijay Shankar do? He just top edges it. It might be a catch, and it is a catch taken by Colin de Grandhomme, and I might have just jinxed it over there. So Vijay Shankar now departs. Washington Sundar this time came around the wicket, and instead of coming over the wicket, Vijay Shankar went for the slog sweep once again, failed to get the connection, top edged it, and gave an easy catch to the fielder at short fine leg, who was Colin de Grandhomme. The score now is 106 for 4.
Well, you can clearly see the message from the dugout was to go for boundaries and 6s, because they now need to accelerate their run rate. As we all know, Chinnaswamy, a good batting pitch, and RCB would be looking at a total of 160-170 to easily chase down this ground, and they need to score 180, and for that to happen they'll have to score boundaries, 6s right from here on. It's 13.5 overs done. Vijay Shankar is the latest addition back into the dugout. 106 for the loss of 4 wickets, Sunrise Hyderabad.
So Hyderabad, just when they were building a partnership, they lose another wicket, and Kane Williamson will now have to bat with a new partner. The batsmen to come are Yusuf Pathan and Mohammad Nabi. Who will get promoted over whom, we'll just have to wait and watch. It's 106 for 4 meanwhile, as Vijay Shankar got dismissed for 27. And talking you through to the scorecard of Sunrise Hyderabad, Riddhiman Saha scored 20 of 11, was dismissed by Navdeep Saini. Martin Guptill was gone for 30 of 23 deliveries. Washington Sundar took that wicket. Kohli took the catch. Manish Pandey on the same over was dismissed for a 9 of 12. Washington Sundar once again, as Hetmeyer took a really good catch, a low catch at mid-wicket. Kane Williamson is currently batting on 19 of 19, and Vijay Shankar, the last man to depart, for 27 of 18, as Washington Sundar scalped his third victim in the game. De Grandhomme took the catch. It's 107 for 4, and it's Yusuf Pathan who, after a very long break, will now be batting for Hyderabad, as Williamson this time takes a single, but he'll just have to wait as he will be retaining the strike in the next over.
For RCB's case, they have gotten the breakthrough from this partnership, and now there's a new batsman in the middle for SRH. Yusuf Pathan, although he's quite destructive on his days, but he hasn't had playing time under his belt, and that would be one thing that would lay heavily for SRH, because they have relied too heavily on the services of Johnny Bairstow and David Warner right from the start in this season's IPL, and without the openers they have struggled time and again. Yusuf Pathan not being able to contribute as much to SRH as he usually did earlier. He's back into the squad and would like to build a partnership with Kane Williamson and score quick runs for his side.
Satyajit Patel saying that RCB will win this match. Tenzing on the other hand is quite happy and saying that it sounds sweet whenever SRH lose a wicket. It's a 107 for 4 as Kejolia this time comes to bowl to Kane Williamson, left arm pacer coming from over the wicket, misses the shot, does Kane Williamson as he went for the pull and straight to the keeper, so no runs. It's a dot delivery and a big wicket of Vijay Shankar. Just when he was looking to turn on the music, just when he was looking to accelerate, he struck 3 sixes and then he was dismissed. Good bowling, good presence of mind by Washington Sundar to come around the wicket, and that is what cost him the wicket off of Vijay Shankar. 107 for 4, 14.1 overs have been bowled, run rate of 7.55, and Hyderabad would definitely want more than that. But was that a cotton bowled opportunity? He had drive that straight towards Kejolia. It was a difficult take, but had that been taken, I think RCB would have restricted Hyderabad well under 150.
That was a chance there for RCB to remove the captain of SRH, Kane Williamson, but it was a difficult chance as Kejolia was in his follow through, and it was very down low for the bowler to catch. Virat Kohli, he thinks that it was a chance. Well, everybody thinks it was a chance, but it was a very difficult chance at that. Williamson, he'll now be facing the third delivery of the over as Kejolia walks in, and Kane Williamson has picked that beautifully, and that'll be another 6 flicked, and he has struck a massive 6 with a flick. Oh my word, what a batsman he is.
Well, I think he took a note from Hardik Pandya's book, because that was a similar shot. He just went deep into the crease, shuffled towards the stump, middle and off stump, and hiked one towards the mid-wicket region. A 6 for Kane Williamson, an 86 meter 6. It goes right into the stands, into the public. It's 113 for 4 now, and that would give further confidence to Kane Williamson. His wicket is now the key for Hyderabad in that score of 170-180, and Kejolia has gone for 15 runs in 2.3 overs. He's bowled quite well, but he will look to conclude it in a positive tone, because Kane Williamson now is the danger batsman for them.
Well, Kane Williamson is certainly the danger batsman. He goes for that boundary again, and on this occasion he'll get only a single because there's fielder present there. So he tried to go for the boundary, but the outfield isn't helping batsmen in this occasion, quite different to the Chinnaswamy we are used to see. And coming back to Kane Williamson, he would want to score a 50 here, because his team are in trouble if he goes back into the pavilion. At this point they are at 114 for 4 after 14.4 overs, so quite an interesting number at that. And if he scores big here, Kane Williamson, SRH certainly have a chance in this game, or else it's all done and dusted if these two are not able to score good. But Kejolia, oh my word, what is he doing? He has bowled a massive bouncer, and that has been called as a wide. So another extra run for SRH.
115 for 4, and it went right above the screen. If you look at that delivery, I thought it was a sponge ball for a moment. It's 115 for 4, and with that wide he'll have to re-ball that. Yusuf Pathan is the man on strike, and I think the plan is quite simple. They would target Yusuf Pathan on the back foot. They would look for the bouncers because he's not so comfortable on the back foot as Yusuf Pathan. So we'll just have to wait and watch as the left arm pacer goes again. Defends it. There's a Pathan on the back foot. Takes a single, but what an effort by Virat Kohli at point. Score now is 116 for 4 in 14.5 overs, and 9 runs have come out from this over.
Well, 9 from this over, and it was 9 in the previous overs as well. So Khajolia, he has bowled quite well for RCB, and we'll have to wait and see how he fares in the last delivery. Virat Kohli, how athletic is this player, and he tried to even make a chance of a run out from that also. So you can clearly see how dedicated he is to his side, even when they don't have anything to play for. They have only pride and the love of their fans to play for at the moment, as Kane Williamson goes for the boundary and will get a 6 on that matter, and a flat 6 for Kane Williamson to continue the run collection for SRH. 122 now upon board for Hyderabad after the conclusion of 15 overs. Kane Williamson right at the end struck a 6 on Khajolia to conclude the over for SRH.
Well, he's on 33 of 25 deliveries. The 2 sixes that he's hit, his hit has come from this over, and he just pulled it this time. And just when Sunrisers Hyderabad was thinking that they might be out of contention, Kane Williamson finally gets back to his best and is turning out to be a real threat for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. He needs to do that for the remaining 5 overs. He needs to bat till the very end for Hyderabad's sake in order for them to score 180, 190. Because if that happens, then they will definitely fancy that with the kind of bowling lineup they have. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, Rashid Khan, Basil Thampi, Sandeep Sharma. So a good bowling lineup. Mohammad Nabi as well, and they will definitely fancy that. Last 5 overs, 51 runs have come from the bat, 1 wicket has fallen, and it's Yusuf Pathan who now faces Yuzvendra Chahal as he bowls his final over. A quick single taken once again, and yes, they do. So Yusuf Pathan does a sensible thing and gives Kane Williamson the strike. Upendra Badar is enjoying the chit-chat session over here. Thank you for that, Upendra, and thank you for tuning into Sports Flashes. Muhammad Ismail is saying hello to us, so I hope you're doing good over there. And it's 122 for 4 as Kane Williamson now gets the strike.
Kane Williamson will now be facing Yuzvendra Chahal, the bowler. He struggles against time and again. Will Yuzvendra Chahal get the better out of Williamson, or will Williamson remain calm and score some runs for his side? We'll have to wait and see, as Williamson now faces the second delivery of the over of Yuzvendra Chahal. Yuzvendra Chahal wide-ish this time, and there will be declared a wide. Yes, it is. So extra runs come in for SRH, and these kind of runs are very welcome for SRH at the moment, as we all know Kane Williamson struggles against Yuzvendra Chahal.
So that's a wide delivery bowled by Chahal, and he'll have to re-bowl that once again. 124 for 4, 15.1 overs have been bowled. Kane Williamson, the man on strike, and he's looking to play mind games with Yuzvendra Chahal. He shuffled away, then across the stumps, and just takes a single this time around. So 125 for 4 is the score. Kane Williamson is on 34 of 26. Yusuf Pathan is on 2 of 2. And a few lusty blows by from Yusuf Pathan's end, and a cameo of 20 to 25 runs. I think that would do Hyderabad a word of good.
Well, certain blistering knock would do them a word of good, but Yusuf Pathan is not looking like he'll turn on the heat anytime soon, because he's looking to get settled on the pitch as he takes another single. So 3 singles coming off of the first 3 deliveries, as Williamson is now back on strike. And with that, the total of SRH is at 126 for the loss of 4 wickets. Yusuf Pathan and his contribution would be quite crucial to this SRH batting, as they have already lost quite some wickets in this innings.
And it's a 126 for 4, single taken, 127 for 4 now. And before there was Hardik Pandya, it was Yusuf Pathan who used to have that reputation of hitting the big sixes at will. And he also has the record for the fastest 100 in the IPL, a 37 ball 100 for the Rajasthan Royals. If you talk about his IPL career, 174 games played by him, and has a strike rate of 143, has struck 13 50s and once 100 as well. But this time he just gives a comfortable catch to the fielder at extra cover, does Yusuf Pathan, and another wicket falls for the Sunrisers Hyderabad. Yuzvendra Chahal doing the clever thing over there, just bowls it away from the off stump. It spun away as well. The Yusuf Pathan it went out of his range and it took the bottom half of his bat as the catch was taken, and that's another wicket. So Sunrisers Hyderabad in all sorts of trouble. Kane Williamson is still out there, but he's just running out of partners.
Certainly he's running out of partners, and Umesh Yadav collecting the dismissal at that occasion, and Yuzvendra Chahal strikes for RCB as Yusuf Pathan is now walking back into the hut. He has not performed well today, also 3 runs in 4 deliveries, and he is now walking back into the hut. 5 wickets down, 127 the total for SRH as it's time for a strategic timeout. It's 15.5 overs done, and Kane Williamson is at the centre, and joining him would be Mohammad Nabi. A certain break has been taken from the centre, and we'll also take a short break. We'll catch you on the other side when action resumes. Till then, keep listening to Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes Live. Sports Flashes. It's time for Indian T20 Showdown. Stay tuned to Sports Flashes. You are listening to Sports Flashes Live.
Dhoni finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Moves it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And what a performance by the number 3 seed, Saina Nehwal, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes. This is Sports Flashes Live.
The flying Finn from Helsinki is on his last lap, looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes. You are listening to Sports Flashes Live. Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes Live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports.
And we're back with the live chit-chat session at Sports Flashes with me, Paritosh Joshi, and Wali Siddiqui. And it is Bangalore versus Hyderabad. At the moment, Hyderabad are struggling with 128 for the loss of 5 wickets after 16 overs. It's Kane Williamson, and he has been joined in by Mohammad Nabi. The last delivery by Chahal, Williamson pushed it towards the leg line through square leg region, and it has been a single on the last delivery. So a fantastic over from Yuzvendra Chahal ends only 5 runs coming off of it, and that is quite crucial for RCB as they look to restrict this side to under 150.
And if you talk about a landmark feat, then it has been a memorable match for Yuzvendra Chahal with that wicket, because the fewest matches taken to 100 IPL wickets, he comes 4th on the list, because Malinga has taken 100 wickets in the IPL in 70 games. Meanwhile, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar has done it in 82. Amit Mishra and Ashish Nehra, both of them have done it in 83. And Yuzvendra Chahal have done it in 84 IPL games. So 100 wickets in the IPL for Yuzvendra Chahal in just 84 games. Well done, Yuzvendra Chahal. A good wrist spinner, and also a part of the World Cup playing squad of 15 over there. And meanwhile, as we get back, the strategic timeout has come to an end, but Kane Williamson is looking in good form because he just paddles one. In fact, just gets the deflection over there towards the final leg region and gets a boundary. Navdeep Saini on the very first delivery. The score moves on to 132 for 5, and now this wicket is quite crucial for Hyderabad. This might decide their fate in the IPL. If Kane Williamson hangs in there for another 4 overs, then Kane Williamson will guide them to 170-175. And Raja Ansari is over here with us. He's an avid Hyderabad supporter. He's making his presence felt over here, saying that 175 would be the final score. And Upendra here with us as well. Prince Raja Entertainment. It's 132 for 5 in 16.2 overs. Change in the box, and it's Karthik Sinha who's back with all of us.
Thank you, Ali. Hello guys, how are you? It's 132 for 5 as Navdeep now has been cracked away through towards the deep point region. There's a fielder out in the deep and only a single here. So 133 for 5 with about 3.5 overs remaining, and Sunrisers Hyderabad should be targeting somewhere around 160, 170, and at this venue, Ali, I don't think it's going to be enough with the firepower that Bangalore have in their ranks, the likes of Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers as well. So it's going to be a difficult task.
Only if RCB did this a few games earlier, they would have still had a chance. And Hyderabad, they look in all sorts of mess right now. It's Kane Williamson, that final pillar who could actually decide the fate of the IPL right now. He's on 41 of 31 deliveries, and Yusuf Pathan has been deeply disappointing in this season. And I think we'll get back to that, but Mohammad Nabi has just struck a ferocious drive towards the cover region. 4 of the very first delivery, and what a use of that bottom hand.
Cracking shot, that over pitch from Navdeep Saini. You can't bowl there, and he just stands and cracks one between the extra cover and mid-off fielder. No chance for Shimron Hitmaya there, and that's the 11th boundary of Sunrisers Hyderabad's innings, along with the 7 sixes that they have hit. 137 for 5. Nabi, good start to his knock, a boundary straight away for him to get off the mark, and he's also a very, very explosive batsman, is Nabi, along with Rashid Khan, and as long as he can stay there, I think Sunrisers Hyderabad will fancy to get to 170, 180, and if they can get that, then possibly they'll give their bowlers a bit of a chance. And looking at the lineup, the bowling lineup that they have Sunrisers Hyderabad, with Bhuvneshwar Kumar in there, Rashid Khan, Nabi as well, Sandeep Sharma. They're all a very good and a very stable bowling lineup, and RCB will make way for KKR to enter playoff, and KKR will accept by beating Mumbai Indians tomorrow, says Tenzin Sungrao. Tenzin, you'll do anything and everything to get KKR to the final, to the playoffs. Well, good luck with that. And now Nabi goes big. Has he got enough on it though? It's in the air and taken at long on, and that's the end of Mohammad Nabi's knock. It's 137 now, but for the loss of 6 wickets.
It's Gurkirat Singh who takes the catch, and another wicket falls for Sunrise Hyderabad. In all sorts of problems are the Sunrise Hyderabad. Kane Williamson, the skipper, who's now finally in good form. He is playing a good knock over there, but the problem is that he's just running out of partners from the other end. And earlier we had shared the stat of the worst batting averages in the middle order. Sunrise Hyderabad are on the top with 13.16 of an average in the middle order, and they are doing justice to that right now, because they've just fallen like a pack of cards on this Chinnaswamy wicket, which is supposed to be a batting paradise. 137 for 6. Mohammad Nabi, who scored a good cameo of 35 odd runs against Mumbai Indians, has been dismissed early this time, and it's all up to Kane Williamson, as the next man to walk in will be Rashid Khan. He does know how to strike a few, but it's all Kane Williamson now. If he stays there till the end, then they might be able to get a decent enough score. And Tenzing saying that nice, one more wicket, and he's really excited over here. And it would do KKR a world of good, because not only if RCB win today, then not only would they have to in fact they just have to win it against Mumbai Indians, not in comprehensive manner. It's just that even if they win by 2 runs tomorrow, if RCB win today, then KKR are through.
Absolutely, and then they'll have their destiny in their own hands. Well, Kolkata Knight Riders, because then no combinations required, no big wins for them, and heavy defeat for the opponents. All of that goes out of the window there, and a win will straight away take KKR. So it's virtually a quarter-final then for Kolkata Knight Riders when they play up next tomorrow. It's 137 for 6, 17 overs are being bowled, final 3 overs remaining. How many can Sunrisers Hyderabad get? I bet about 30 from here on in the last 3 overs. Will take them to 167. Rashid Khan, man with the strike rate of 165, is out there to bat, as now it is Kajrolia who will bowl over number 18, and the first delivery is tapped away through to his third man for a quick single, and Kulwant Kajrolia, a last minute inclusion in the RCB bowling lineup today, and he will come in and go on and bowl over number 18. Wicket there then for Navdeep Saini, his second. He's bowled 3 overs, 34 for 2 figures for him, while Kulwant Kajrolia is bowling his 4th over final. He's bowled 3.1 overs, 25 runs is what he's given away. He's yet to taste success today. The current run rate is 8.04. Will take them to 160 odd, but we'll have to wait and see if they can get there, as Kane Williamson shuffles away towards the offside, looking to dill scoop one on the on, but then in the end the ball hits the pad and goes away through towards a short fine leg for a single.
It's 139 for 6 with that leg by now in 17.2 overs. The projected score is something which Hyderabad will not be pleased by, because if they go with at 6 runs per over, it will be 155. 8 runs per over, it will be 160. And even if they go at 10 runs per over, it will be 166, which is definitely not enough at the Chennai Swami wicket. Well, let's not be wrong. Let's not forget that RCB defended a total of 160 odd runs against Chennai Super Kings by just 1 run. So it is possible. But if they keep losing wickets over here, Hyderabad, then they won't even get close to that 160 mark, because Rashid Khan has now departed after giving an easy catch to Shimran Hetmeyer over there.
Well, you're talking about getting to 160. I think they might not even get to 150. They have clear danger of being bowled out here as Sunrisers Hyderabad. 7 wickets down now. 139 for 7, and Kajrolia picks up his first wicket. Slightly shortish, banged in around the chest height. Not very comfortable for Rashid as Rashid as he goes for the pull. The ball coming on the splice of the bat in the air, and Shimran Hetmeyer takes a very, very simple catch, then goes in a juggle like Antoine Griezmann does for Atletico Madrid.
And he did that earlier as well when he dismissed Manish Pandey to take that nice and low catch. And it's good to see Shimran Hetmeyer back, and for RCB's sake, he might be able to perform tonight, because his time in the IPL has been horrid. But it's 139 for 7 in 17.3 overs. Kane Williamson, the final man in, I think, to actually post the target of 170, 175. It's looking quite bleak at the moment. It's Kane Williamson who will be there, and he will be accompanied by Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, who is a decent batsman, but he is not known for his big hitting. So Bhuvaneshwar Kumar has to do the sensible thing and give his skipper as much strike as possible in the remaining overs.
So Bhuvaneshwar Kumar is only a man with slight capability with the bat. He's left. Then you got Khalil Ahmed in there as well, which I highly doubt can hold the bat properly. And now Williamson cuts one away through towards deep backward point. Will pick up a single, and he trusts Bhuvaneshwar Kumar's batting skills, so he's picked up the single straight away. 140 for 7. And talking about all you people tuning in, Deepak Rijal as well, and Tenzing Sungrab, you're delighted, brother, with all those wickets going down for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Well, someone's loss is someone's gain, and at the moment Sunrisers Hyderabad's loss may turn into Kolkata Knight Riders' gain as things progress right now.
It's 140 for 7 in 17.4 overs. If you look at the last 16 deliveries, 18 runs have come off from the bat, and 3 wickets have fallen as well. Tenzing enjoying it, and I'm pretty sure that he will enjoy it as soon as Hyderabad do not get to that 160, 170 odd margin at Chennai Swami wicket, which is batting friendly. Defended on the back foot by Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, but quickly takes a single and gives Kane Williamson the strike to face the final delivery of Kajrolia's over. It's 141 with that single, and 2 overs will be remaining after this final delivery. Kane Williamson is on 43 of 33. Had there been a cameo of 20-30 odd runs from any of the middle order batsmen, they would have been sitting handsomely at 160 right now with 2 more overs remaining. But that wicket of Vijay Shankar against the run of play when he hit 3 sixes was the part that dented their hopes as of now. It's still very much possible, as Kane Williamson this time just logs one towards the mid-wicket region. Will he run for 2? He's just taken 1 away, so he'll retain the strike. The score is 142 for 7 after 18 overs.
averages 48 against the RCB, does Kane Williamson. He's 4 shy of that. He's got 3 half centuries already against them, and he's eyeing another one. Here is Kane Williamson. Just the calmness that he brings to the crease does Kane Williamson when he bats. Obviously he's elegant as it can be, the way he bats, cricketing shots, and he's effective as well. A strike rate of 129, close to 130 for Kane Williamson, as he's held forward from one end for Sunrisers Hyderabad. He's seen partners come and go. It's 18 gone, 142 for the loss of 7 wickets. So final 2 overs remaining, another 20 odd from here will take them beyond 160, and may just not be enough, but still something for the bowlers for Sunrisers Hyderabad to fight for.
Absolutely, and it's their bowlers who will have to win the game tonight. The batsmen couldn't do much, and it has to be their bowlers to take all 10 wickets, because they can't wait for the 20 overs to come to an end, because this wicket is batting friendly. The boundary lines are batting friendly as well. You just need to, even if you mistime the ball, it will go for a 6. So all odds against Sunrise Hyderabad at the moment, but if they can change the momentum in the final 2 overs, which we've seen so often in this season's IPL, I think Hyderabad might be back in the game, especially with Williamson on strike as he faces Saini.
Well, Navdeep Saini starts off over the wicket. Kane Williamson once again cuts him away towards deep point. There is a fielder there at the boundary rope, but they'll only get a single there, and he will be disappointed, will be Kane Williamson, because this is a time when they need boundaries, do Sunrisers Hyderabad, and they're just not coming at the moment for the Hyderabad outfit. Kajrolia has completed his quota of 4 overs. Decent spell, one can say. 4 overs, 29 runs, and a wicket as well for the left-arm fast bowler. Now it's Bhuvi who's on strike. He'll be hoping to go on and assist Kane Williamson, and if he can hit a couple of boundaries, that'll certainly relieve a lot of pressure from the back of Kane Williamson. Yaswinder Chahal at the boundary rope. He's done a decent job again, as Chahal picking up with the wickets and all. But now it is Bhuvneshwar Kumar who blocks one towards point and shoots off for a quick single there. So either he can hit the boundaries or do the sensible thing, and that is give Kane Williamson as much strike as possible, because right now Williamson is the set man in. He's on 45 of 35 deliveries, and they'll be hoping that Williamson can continue. There's 10 deliveries remaining in this innings for Sunrisers Hyderabad. How many can they get in the 10 innings, 10 deliveries remaining?
And it's a 144 for 7. If you talk about the YouTube comment section, Devappa Hugger is supporting the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Yapak Germany is here with us as well, and it's Williamson who's on 45. Final 4 deliveries of this over remaining, but once again cuts it towards the sweeper cover. Good bowling by Navdeep Saini. He's bowling according to his feel. He's bowling it away from the off stump, and he knows that even if he times it with perfection, does Kane Williamson, it will go straight into the hands of the fielder at deep point or sweeper cover. So good captaincy and good bowling by this young express fast bowler Navdeep Saini. 145 for 7 now in 18.3.
We got Yaprak Germany on our common feed, sending away 10 kisses, and Wally.
Well, that's always been the case whenever she's over here. So thank you for all the love, Yaprak Germany, and I hope that consistency continues. But meanwhile, it's a short ball bowled in by Navdeep Saini, and there were questions being raised if that was a wide delivery by Bhuvneshwar Kumar, but it is actually not. And it's a 145 for 7 in 18.4 overs. And Virat Kohli, I think this has to be his best performance as a captain in the entire IPL.
Oh, well, Ashish Nehra is laughing at that comment that you've just mentioned. He can't stop laughing at Ashish Nehra. Virat Kohli himself, I think, found that funny. But he's done a decent job today as Virat. 145 for 7. They've done a good job to restrict Sunrisers Hyderabad. As now Bhuvneshwar Kumar goes for the big shot outside edge, flying away through towards third man. And the third man fielder, after making a mess, stops it in the end as Yaswinder Chahal and gets a good throw in as well. So only a single. Good tide over that from Navdeep Saini. He's bowled 5 deliveries, only 4 singles conceded so far, and the boundary still, not coming for the Sunrisers Hyderabad. That's a problem. That's been an issue for them in the last few overs for Sunrisers Hyderabad. And Hosea Hastings says Shimron Hetmeyer should seize his glory today. Well, he's got a chance. Can he do it? That's the question, because he initially got a few chances in the start of the tournament, and he wasted all of them.
Well, I think he would be coming at number 3 or number 4, because he is a dangerous batsman, and he's proved to be quite lethal for the West Indies as well. But coming back to the game, it was another good delivery by Navdeep Saini. A slower delivery, Yorkish length outside the off stump towards the wide line. and Kane Williamson shuffled towards the stumps and could only play the cut as he takes a single. So what an over by Saini, just 5 runs coming off that over. And if you talk about his spell, he's taken 2 wickets in his 4-over spell and has conceded 38 runs. Now the final over is to be bowled. The score is 147 for 7.
So now, final over remaining. How many can they get? Can Sunrisers Hyderabad with Kane Williamson on strike? He'd be hoping now to keep hold of the strike, crack a few big ones. And with 147 on the board, you'd expect about 10 to 12 runs on the final over. That'll take them close to 160. But will that be the case? Because Navdeep has bowled very, very well. Although he has been a bit expensive, 39 in his 4 overs. But he's picked up 2 important wickets for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. As far as the overs remaining are concerned, we've got 1 over left for Washington Sundar, 1 over left for Umesh Yadav, and 3 for Colin de Grandhomme. I doubt it will be either Washington or Colin. It will be, should be Umesh Yadav, and it is Umesh Yadav with the glory of giving away the runs. And as we speak, first delivery, cracked for 6. Well done, Umesh. You come and you deliver. Come at the hour, come at the man. Umesh Yadav, welcome with a 6.
And just when I say that Virat Kohli has done a decent job as a captain, he gives Umesh Yadav the final over, and he just never seems to learn. It's a 153 for 7. What a glorious shot by Kane Williamson over there as he just plays it over the cover fielder, and that's a 6. And with that 6, he gets his first 50 of the tournament, 53 of 38. He has 5 deliveries to go. Could he shift the momentum towards Hyderabad's side? We'll just have to wait and watch.
Wally, the difference is not 5 deliveries, 5 Umesh Yadav deliveries. And once again, full toss from Umesh Yadav. 2 bounces into the long offense for 4. 10 of the first 2 deliveries. And Virat Kohli is looking helpless. He's like, why do I even have this guy in my team? Umesh Yadav, 157 for 7. 50 up as well for Kane Williamson. He's on 57 right now. He got that 50 up with the 6 that he had of the first delivery. Now a boundary. We were saying 10 to 12 runs in the entire over. I forgot that it was Umesh Yadav who was going to bowl over number 20. Could have changed it to 18 to 20 runs in that over. And Virat Kohli, well, obviously with his typical B's and C's coming out of his mouth. And he's saying, why are you bowling there? And that too, full tosses to Kane Williamson. You're asking for trouble. Oh! Lengthy delivery and out of the park for 6. Umesh Yadav, you beauty.
Another 6 and 2 sixes coming in the over. A boundary as well in the second delivery. And 16 runs coming off 3 deliveries. And it's just deja vu for Umesh Yadav. This time it's Kane Williamson. Earlier it was the Chennai Super Kings skipper. This time it's Hyderabad skipper who's definitely sending him to the cleaners. And like I said, this might just turn out to be a shift in momentum.
Absolutely. When Umesh Yadav bowls in the South Indian derbies, he just turns out to be the man himself. Conceding 16 of the first 3 deliveries. And Colin de Grandhomme needs to go home now, lock himself in a room and play EA Sport Cricket. He can create wonders there. Here it seems it's a little improbable, says
what about him?
astute survivor. Astute, what about Umesh Yadav? You know, he's got a skin thicker than a rhinoceros because he just cannot learn. 16. And now another full toss and another boundary. 20 of the first 4 deliveries, Umesh Yadav. My God, you should, I shouldn't say this, but he should hang up his boots, retire.
It feels like a code like you're calling somewhere. It's 6-4, 6-4, and I think with the pattern that it's going, the next delivery is going to go for another 6. Well, Kane Williamson, what brilliant batting by him, single-handedly now bringing Hyderabad towards a dominant total. In fact, a power total, I would say it's 167 for 7 in 19.4 overs, and the Hyderabad fans are ecstatic with that.
Absolutely, the owners as well, very happy, jumping there. And Amit Gautam, there is no scoreboard available right now, but I'll tell you the score. It's 167 for 7. 2 deliveries remaining in this over. Carnage is there at 4 overs, 20 runs. As now Williamson whips one away through towards deep mid-wicket. He'll pick up one, certainly. Will he come back for the second? He's taking on AB de Villiers. And well, they've completed 2, so 22 of that over. Umesh Yadav, my God, they should, Bangalore should have a statue of Sir Umesh Yadav right at the Kempegowda airport. I'm telling you that. Virat Kohli can't believe it. Umesh Yadav still arguing with the umpire.
I think Umesh Yadav can't believe it, but because he just used to it now, and that is.
That's harsh. That's harsh. Very harsh. I think
he was well within.
Yeah, well within it. Inch and a half inside there. So once again,
quite unlucky. This time you have to feel sorry.
I have to feel sorry. Anyways, things don't go for Umesh Yadav, and then it's been given as a no ball there by Nigel Long. Virat Kohli now. coming up to the umpire.
This is the second time that the overstepping might have just cost RCB, because in the game against Mumbai Indians, Malinga had clearly overstepped. The umpires had not given it a look. They had not given it a no ball, and the match ended as Mumbai won that game by 2 runs. And this time, it's not a no ball. He landed his heel right behind the popping crease. Umesh Yadav and Virat Kohli are quite distraught over there. And, well, he's not going to change his decision now.
Well, they saw it on the giant screen. They had a word with Nigel Long. He says, don't argue with me, boy. Get back on your bowling mark. Virat Kohli very quickly goes up to Long on, shaking his head. And things haven't been great for the RCB camp as far as the umpiring decision is concerned. It's a free hit now. What's going to happen? Final leg, third man in the 30-yard circle as Umesh charges in to bowl to Kane Williamson. Low full toss. Williamson whips it away through towards the backward square leg. Fielder there in Shimron Hitmire keeps it down to just 1. Williamson is disappointed, but still 24 of this over with final delivery to come.
And if 24 of this over, 1 delivery remaining, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar would be the man on strike. It would have been the final delivery had the umpire given it the right call, but once again an umpiring blunder, that too by Nigel Long. Well, we did not expect that from him, but it's 171 for 7, and these are crucial runs for the Hyderabad. And like I said, a shift in momentum. This will bring in confidence on the bowlers, especially when they have all to fight for. They can still make the playoffs if they win this game. They have a healthy enough run rate as well, and it's 171 for 7. Final delivery to be bowled. 24 runs already being conceded in this. Will it turn out to be an even more expensive final delivery to be bowled? Bhuvaneshwar Kumar is the man on strike. He just pulls it, and that's gone for another boundary, has it? That's another boundary by Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. 175 for 7, and what an over this just turned out to be.
25 of that over, and in fact not 25, more than 25. It's 28 of that over. 3 boundaries, 2 sixes, 3 and a single as well. So 28 of that over from Umesh Yadav. He keeps raising the bar every time he comes in and bowls the final over, does Umesh Yadav. So Sunrisers Hyderabad has scored 175 for 7 in their 20 overs. That means RCB need 176 to win this match, and all thanks to Sir Umesh Yadav. A brilliant unbeaten 70 by captain Kane Williamson has helped Hyderabad get to 175 for 7. And as far as the bowlers were concerned, 3 wickets for Washington Sundar, 2 for Navdeep Saini, and a wicket each for Yuzvendra Chahal and Kulwant Kejrolia. So that's the news that Sunrisers Hyderabad has scored 175 for 7 in their 20 overs, setting RCB a target of 176 to win. We will be back with live coverage, updates and analysis of the run chase as soon as action resumes at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bangalore. In the meantime, we stay tuned to Cricket Lounge on Sports Flashes. We'll be back ASAP.
You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio. Sports Flashes Radio. World's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, the official broadcast partner of BCCI. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. Catch all the cricketing action and complete drama at one click of your phone.
He does that. Smack again onside, being peppered. Consecutive boundaries.
Don't miss. Download the app now. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes. One station filled with full football fever.
Thinks about the shot, will go for it, and will plant an absolute cracker into the corner to put the icing on what is a very sweet tasting cake for Manchester City.
And you are just one click away.
Sergio Aguero. Oh, that's vicious! Unstoppable!
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes. You are listening to Sports Flashes live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes live. Sports Flashes. It's time for Indian T20 Showdown. Stay tuned to Sports Flashes. You are listening to Sports Flashes live.
Dhoni finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Moves it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And what a performance by the number 3 seed, Saina Nehwal, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes live.
The flying Finn from Helsinki is on his last lap, looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. You are listening to Sports Flashes live. Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio. World's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, the official broadcast partner of BCCI. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. Catch all the cricketing action and complete drama at one click of your phone.
He does that. Smack again onside, being peppered. Consecutive boundaries.
Don't miss. Download the app now. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. One station filled with full football fever.
Thinks about the shot, will go for it, and will plant an absolute cracker into the corner to put the icing on what is a very sweet tasting cake for Manchester City.
And you are just one click away.
Sergio Aguero. Oh, that's vicious! Unstoppable!
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. You are listening to Sports Flashes live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes live. It's time for Indian T20 Showdown. Stay tuned to Sports Flashes. You are listening to Sports Flashes live.
Dhoni finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Pulls it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And what a performance by the number 3 seed, Saina Nehwal, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes Live.
The flying Finn from Helsinki is on his last lap, looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live. Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes Live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio. Sports Flashes Radio. World's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, the official broadcast partner of BCCI. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. Catch all the cricketing action and complete drama at one click of your phone.
He does that. Smack again onside, being peppered. Consecutive boundaries.
Don't miss. Download the app now. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
One station filled with full football fever.
Thinks about the shot. Will go for it and will plant an absolute cracker into the corner to put the icing on what is a very sweet-tasting cake for Manchester City.
And you are just one click away.
Sergio Aguero. Oh, that's vicious! Unstoppable!
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes Live.
Sports Flashes.
It's time for Indian T20 Showdown. Stay tuned to Sports Flashes.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live.
Dhoni finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Pulls it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And what a performance by the number 3 seed, Simon Awell, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes Live.
The flying Finn from Helsinki is on his last lap, looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live. Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes Live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports.
Welcome back to Cricket Lounge on Sports Flashes. The target 176 for Royal Challengers Bangalore. It's Bhuvneshwar Kumar who will start off proceedings for Sunrisers Hyderabad with Parthiv Patel on strike and Virat Kohli at the non-strikers end. And he starts off with a wide down the leg side. So off the mark are RCB in this run chase of 176, 1 for no loss, and it'll be very important for them to get a good flying start for RCB if they have to spoil the party of Sunrisers Hyderabad. That one final over from Umesh Yadav has changed the complexion of the game. At a point in time we were looking at 160 being the target, 155, 160, and now it's 176. 28 runs of that final over of Umesh Yadav. Sir Umesh Yadav, if I may call him, as loved the city and the stadium of Chennaswamy, says Tausif Mahboob. It is a wonderful city, it's a wonderful stadium as well. Always Upendra Upadhyay along with Ria Gupta, Azad Singh all tuning in. A very warm welcome as now Adventures of Wildlife is also with us, asking someone, which class are you in? Well, it's in the air now as Parthiv Patel goes for the shot and taken. Wicket number 1 down for RCB, and that's the end of Parthiv Patel. Hands on the head for RCB supporters straight away. Delight for Bhuvneshwar Kumar, and Parthiv Patel is gone for a duck. In all that, I forgot. I'm Karthik Sinha, with me is Paritosh Joshi. Welcome, brother.
Well, it's good for SRS that we haven't introduced ourselves yet, because at the moment, without even our introduction, Parthiv Patel, he wasn't able to introduce himself on the pitch, and he's been sent back into the pavilion by SRH. Bhuvneshwar Kumar strikes, and it's the initial wicket, the breakthrough right from the start. This is what they needed to make a strong mark when they come down to defend their total, and a late onslaught by Kane Williamson resulted in the total being 175. The target is 176. It's a 1 wicket down after scoring 1 run, and that was also off of a wide delivery by Bhuvneshwar Kumar. So half the over is done and a wicket already down. So RCB in all sorts of trouble, and it will be AB de Villiers who will be joining in Virat Kohli at the centre.
AB de Villiers, I personally want to see AB de Villiers, but they could also send Shimron Hetmeyer at the top of the order at number 3 as well. Shimron Hetmeyer is in the starting 11, but now we'll have to wait and see. If I were Kohli, I'd obviously signal for AB to come out straight away, and it is de Villiers who's come out to join Virat Kohli, two of the most successful men of Royal Challengers Bangalore. One of them has got more than 2,000 runs here at this venue, while AB de Villiers needs 10 more. He's got 1,990 runs at this venue. That's AB de Villiers, while Kohli has got 2,737 runs at the Chennaswamy Stadium in T20 format. So, well, these two have been the most run getters for RCB. As now 1 for 1 is the score. Kohli drives, it's in the air, over backward point. One bounce and into the fence for 4. Virat Kohli starts off with a boundary. He opens his mark. He's not going to lay back and take all the pressure. He'll take the attack to the opposition, will Kohli. And with that, the score is now 5 for 1.
Well, Virat Kohli, the first boundary for him, the first boundary of the night for RCB, as he has struck one beautifully over the fielders this time, and RCB now looking good at the moment is Virat Kohli. De Villiers is yet to face a delivery and a single of the very next delivery, so AB De Villiers is on strike, but it was on the last delivery of the over, so Virat Kohli will now walk back to strike. It's 6 for the loss of 1 wicket after 1 over.
And now we got Priyanshu Saini also tuning in, and all of you, stop hassling Ria. 1 over gone, 6 for 1 at the moment the score for Royal Challengers Bangalore. Another 170 needed by RCB in the remaining 90 overs to go on and win the game. And well, it'll all depend on these two, AB de Villiers and Virat Kohli. Kohli is on 5 of 3 deliveries, and Tenzin, no, it wasn't a golden duck for Parthiv Patel. He was dismissed for a duck of the 3rd delivery that he faced so far. And now we got the two, as I said, most efficient batsmen in world cricket, Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers out there in the middle, and they need a partnership. They want these two to at least bat for at least, let's say, the next 15 odd overs, 16 odd overs to get a game on and try and get as close to that 176 target as possible. Now Khalil Ahmed starts off a fresh over, and Kohli drives him towards long off for a boundary. What a shot right off the middle of the bat. Nobody moved, not even the mid-off fielder could move, and that one was creamed for 4.
Well, fantastic shot on that occasion by Virat Kohli as he introduces himself to Khalil Ahmed in style through the cover and long off region. He's the second most favorable player if you need someone to play off shots. The first being Saurav Ganguly, and Virat Kohli has gone big this time on the second delivery. A massive 6 over long on, and Virat Kohli is taking Khalil Ahmed to the cleaners this time around. Classic Kohli, and he is turning on the style at the moment at Chinnaswamy. 6 more for RCB.
What a shot that from Virat Kohli and Khalil. Welcome to the big league, boy. As Virat Kohli now first a beautiful cover drive through the offside, and now hammered 83 meter long over mid wicket for 6. Kohli's moved up to 15 or 5. He looks intent on chasing down this target of 176. 2 boundaries and a 6 already in this innings. As now Khalil bowls on the middle and leg stump line. Kohli whips one away towards deep mid wicket, picks up 1, looking for the second, but single is all that they will get. Davendra Pal Singh, a very warm welcome, as I hope Kohli and ABD will do the job for RCB today, says Tenzin Sugrab. As now Azad Singh, an adventure of life, is informing you guys about a fake ID, as is Tausif Mahboob. And now we've got AB de Villiers on strike. What can Mr. 360 do today? Virat Kohli has started off with a bang.
A fantastic start for Virat Kohli in this over, and as things are going, AB de Villiers would also want to get in on the party. He's facing the first delivery of the night, and he defends at the moment, and that will result in a single. So runs keep on coming for RCB. 18 for 1 now after 1.4 overs. The strike is back to King Kohli. He has scored 16 off of just 6 deliveries. So fantastic start from the captain. Kohli continue. And as we speak, Martin Guptill, well, he has not certainly performed for SRH, but his compatriot Trent Bolt was good for them for Delhi Capitals in the previous game.
Well, we'll have to wait and see how things work out now here, but Kane Williamson was treating Umesh Yadav like Funaki. Well, yes, we know who Funaki is, astute survivor. You're talking about that flyweight wrestler from WWE. If you sneeze, he'd fly away. That was Funaki. And now Kohli down the track, edged and gone. Gone is Virat Kohli. A massive wicket for Sunrisers Hyderabad. A big blow for RCB as Virat Kohli's IPL comes to a tame end. Gone for 16 of 7 deliveries. Came down the track looking to cut one through the offside, and gets the outside edge, and he's gone is Kohli. Khalil Ahmed, after being clobbered all around the park, finally has the last laugh.
he has the last laugh finally, and this is where Kohli struggles the most. On the offside, Khalil Ahmed celebrating, pumping his hands as he removes his Indian captain. And Virat Kohli, after smacking him all around the park, is now being sent back to the dugout by Khalil Ahmed. His short stint at the crease comes to an end. 16 from 7 deliveries for him, as Bangalore are now on 18 after 1.5 overs, and 2 wickets are down for them.
Well, not a start that RCB were hoping. Both the openers now back in the herd. First Parthiv Patel for a duck, and now Virat Kohli as well. He's gone for 17 is the Indian captain. In fact, 16, I beg your pardon, of 7 deliveries. AB de Villiers is the man. There's so much now on AB de Villiers for him to go on and save the game for RCB. And as far as the batting is concerned, Shimron Hetmeyer, Gurkeerat Maan, Colin de Grandhomme, Washington Sundar, they can all bat. And Umesh Yadav, well, he can use the long handle, but I won't rely on him to go on and bail out RCB. So Shimron Hetmeyer should be the next man to come out and join AB de Villiers. How many can he get? Can he finally, shine? Can Shimron Hetmeyer? We had a comment earlier that Shimron Hetmeyer will he seize the opportunity today? Well, we'll have to say that. Virat will get a 25-day rest now before World Cup, and that's a good thing for his fans here. Well, I totally agree that it's good for Virat Kohli to get some rest before India fly off to England for the World Cup. Gerald Coutinho, welcome back, sir. How are you? And yes, I am back after a little illness, but now fit and healthy, back in the cricket lounge. As the final delivery of the over has now been worked away for a single, as the score moves up to 19 for 2 at the end of over number 2. And Tenzin says, I don't understand what's happening to RCB batsmen. Well, to be honest, it's just a lot of pressure, and trying to score quickly is why they've been dismissed today. And earlier, they've just been poor, to be honest. And Gerald Coutinho says, Hetmeyer will do good tonight. Well, for RCB's sake, he'll have to do good tonight, along with AB de Villiers, if they have to go on and get the target, and that is of 176. Both Shimron Hetmeyer and AB de Villiers on 1 each, a wicket each for Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Khalil Ahmed. But a decent over there for RCB as far as the runs were concerned, but a big loss in the form of Virat Kohli. 13 coming from that over of Khalil Ahmed.
Well, for Khalil Ahmed, he has been a loyal servant to SRH. He has performed brilliantly throughout the IPL, and this time around he has taken the wicket of the captain Virat Kohli. So positive result for him. By the end of it, he was initially taken to the cleaners by the captain, but he has the last laugh, and that is good for SRH. They also lost quick wickets right at the start, but the difference between SRH and RCB is majorly that the middle order of RCB is yet to click. Although for SRH, Manish Pandey and now Kane Williamson has come good, that hasn't been the case for RCB in this season.
Well, Amit Gautam, I'll tell you why we are not showing the scorecard. Obviously, it's a technical issue, and the IT team has been working on it. It's been going on for a while. There are a few bugs, and we did try it, but then, the stream just wasn't uploading, and the scorecard just did not, correctly update. So rather than providing you with false information on the scorecard on the screen, we decided to get rid of it and completely till all the bugs are sorted. And the IT team, I can assure you, is working very, very hard on that. But I can tell you the score, and it's 19 for 2. That's the update after 2.2 overs. And Gerard, thank you so much. Well, yes, if I sound more enthusiastic after my illness, thank you. It's good. And obviously the workload has been taken by the young lads in Paritosh and Wally, so that allows me to have my breaks. And thank you so much for the love. Fantastic. That from Gerald Coutinho. 19 for 2 at the moment. Bangalore with Shimron Hetmeyer on 1 and AB de Villiers on 1 at the crease, unbeaten. A slip as well in position now as Sunrisers Hyderabad look to attack and get more wickets.
Well, Sunrisers Hyderabad surely have found the nick here early on. They have gotten rid of the openers of RCB, and they'll be looking for wickets. And for you as a Delhi Capital fans, you would want RCB to perform well, so that KKR are put under pressure and they are able to defeat Mumbai Indians. But at the moment, it looks like SRH have a strong hold in this game after the removal of Virat Kohli and Parthiv Patel from the centre. Shimron Hetmeyer, he certainly has an opportunity here to prove worthy for the RCB team, and I think RCB are going in a major overhaul after this, and they need to certainly acquire more fast bowlers, some quality fast bowlers at that, because the main part that they are missing is a quality middle order Indian batsman and a premium fast bowler at the moment.
Well, that's certainly been a case for RCB, and I think before the start of next season, when they go into the auction, they'll obviously have it very well planned. Umesh is the worst bowler I've ever seen, says Yashwant Sinde. Umesh last over gave Hyderabad the momentum. Yes, it did. 28 runs and it's gone. AB de Villiers is gone. Edged and gone. It's all over for Royal Challengers Bangalore, is it? Bhuvneshwar Kumar strikes. Excellent delivery outside the off stump. Moves a bit away. AB de Villiers hung his bat out, and Tom Moody loved it, VVS Lakshman loved it, and AB de Villiers' IPL 2019 comes to an end with just a single off his bat. A sorry entertainment for Mr. 360, but it's Bhuvi who's done the job.
Fantastic delivery. You can take nothing away from Bhuvneshwar Kumar. His seam is perfect, just swills just the right moment, and little bit away from him, he nicks it to the slip cordon, and he has been removed. Martin Guptill on that occasion getting the job done for SRH as Bhuvneshwar Kumar picks up a wicket, and that too of AB de Villiers. So as things stand, RCB are in troubled waters right now. It's 20 for the loss of 3 wickets after 2.5 overs. After initial flurry of boundaries and sixes, RCB are struggling at the moment.
You beauty is what Yashwant Sinde says about Bhuvi, and absolutely spot on there. First Parthu Patel, now AB de Villiers. 2 big wickets for Bhuvneshwar Kumar today. And earlier it was Khalil Ahmed who accounted for the captain Virat Kohli. So top 3 back in the hunt for RCB, and things getting bleaker by the moment here for the home side. And you would have thought RCB playing their last game in this edition of the IPL will want to go out with a bang, want to go out on a happy note and try and win this contest. But Sunrisers Hyderabad and their bowling quality at display at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium, and they only had one slip. That was a wideish second slip, Martin Guptill, and the ball went straight to him in the slip cordons. Now the new man in is Gurkirat Man. He will be joining Shimran Hitmaya. 3 overs gone. It's 20 for the loss of 3 wickets, and RCB gone and KKR also gone, says Tenzing Sugrab. Well, Tenzing, let's just hope if there is another mathematical equation that can get KKR into the top 4, we'll have to wait for that then.
Well, there is the equation, but the equation will require KKR defeat Mumbai Indians heavily at the Wankhede. So
that's a difficult one.
That equation is quite difficult, and the win at the moment is looking quite heavy for Sunrisers. So that will result in more positive net run rate for SRH, and at the moment KKR, they don't have a very good net run rate in their hands, and even if they are able to defeat Mumbai Indians tomorrow, they'll need to do that by quite a margin. So that is not very positive news for them. They have an informed side they have to face, and a side who will be looking for revenge, because it was KKR who were victorious against Mumbai Indians at the Eden Gardens in the previous game, when Hardik Pandya did it all on himself to
almost got
the Mumbai Indians out of a difficult spot. But still, that innings would go down as very important when the tournament moves forward, because that could have resulted in Mumbai Indians getting a disastrous net run rate, because that defeat could have been very heavy if Hardik Pandya wouldn't have been come into contention.
Absolutely, what a knock that was from Hardik Pandya, just standing there and smashing sixes all along the park, everywhere. No spectator was safe, as now Shimran Hitmaya pulls one away towards mid-wicket. That'll be a boundary of Khalil Ahmed's delivery. The score moves up to 24 for 3, and Shimran Hitmaya is on 6 now. He'll have to play a massive role here if RCB are to make a game of this. Still, mathematically possible, but they're in a lot of pressure. Under a lot of pressure are RCB after the big 3 are back in the hut. Parthu Patel, Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers, and slightly short from Khalil. That was good enough invitation for Shimran Hitmaya to pull one away towards deep mid-wicket. Amit Gautam says Sunrisers Hyderabad will win tonight, while Gaurav Rawal is asking who will win or who is winning. At the moment, it's heavily in favour of Sunrisers Hyderabad. But as we speak, another short and wide delivery, another cut shot here from Hitmaya, another boundary for the left-handed West Indian. 28 for 3, and as you said, Gerard Coutinho, that he will shine tonight, will Shimran Hitmaya. So at the moment he's doing a decent job. He's moved up to 10 now.
He is certainly looking like he'll shine today, but at the moment it's looking very bleak, the hope for RCB. Things are quite difficult at the moment for them, and as we speak, SRH now require to take a wicket, because if these two batsmen get set, they can also pose big problems for SRH. SRH at the moment are highly in contention to win it from here, but it's another West Indian who is looking like he'll take the attack back on SRH. Shimron Hetmai, he's on strike as we speak. Another wide delivery from Khalil Ahmed. Well, the thing about Khalil Ahmed is that he picks up wickets, but he's also quite expensive at that.
Well, 22 for 1 figures for him in 1.3 overs for Khalil Ahmed. 9 runs of this over, 13 in the first, as Hosea Hastings says, Hitmire sees your glory. So a couple of Hitmire fans here in Gerald Coutinho and Hastings, and for RCB's sake, he'll have to go on and see his glory today if they are to make a match of this. 147 more required of 99 deliveries from here on, as Hitmire now backs away and clobbers one back past the bowler. The man at long mid-on will put in a dive and save that ball from going any further. Only a single there though, and with that the score moves up to 30 for the loss of 3 wickets at the moment for RCB. Gurkirat is yet to open his account. He's faced one delivery. Virat Kohli sat there fairly disappointed because the way and the start that his team has got, although in the background you can see the team management enjoying a nice dinner.
Well, he's hardly bothered at the moment, you have to be honest with yourself, because his focus is now shifted to the World Cup. He knows that his IPL stint is over. They certainly were playing the last game. They wanted a win here. It's just unlucky that 3 initial wickets went down quite quickly for RCB, and 3 wickets of Parthiv Patel, Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers at that, and another one maybe in contention as a huge appeal there. Kane Williamson, will they go for the DRS or will they be third umpire taken? We'll have to wait and see, as it was Riddhiman Saha, the wicket keeper, as he took the catch. He was certain that there was certain edge or glove on that occasion by Gurkirat.
Absolutely, and Tenzin Sungraf says, to be honest, to defeat Mumbai heavily is a slim chance, and that too at the Wankhede. Mumbai is a complete team, but let's wait and see what happens, as now we can see there's nothing on the ultra edge, so no appeal there. I think the appeal more was to distract the umpire from giving it as a no ball or a wide, as it sailed over the head. But now Gurkirat square drives one through point. That will be 4 for the young man. Not a bad way to open his account. 4 of 3 deliveries for Gurkirat Singh Maan. 34 for 3 at the moment are Royal Challengers Bangalore at the end of over number 4. 11 for Shimron Hetmire, 4 for Gurkirat Singh Maan, and another expensive over that from Khalil Ahmed coming to an end. 14 runs in that over. Started off with a 13 run over, then a 14 run over. Things are to go RCB's way. It'll have to be 15, 16, 17 big overs to come. Well, it is now Khalil to bowl the final delivery, as beats the outside edge of the bat of Gurkirat, and the ball will go away towards the keeper. 4 overs gone, 35 for the loss of 3 wickets at the moment are RCB. A decent start, one can say, close to about 9 runs and over the current run rate, but they've lost 3 big wickets. Virat, AB de Villiers, Parthiv Patel all back in the hut, and it's all down to now Shimron Hetmire and Gurkirat Singh Maan.
The interesting thing about the 3 dismissals is that these were the 3 batsmen who scored majority of the runs for RCB in this season's IPL, and all 3 are back. So it's upon fairly new middle order, because we've seen many changes in this RCB side, and this time around also for the last game there were quite some changes in this side. So they shouldn't be too hopeful of a middle order who hasn't been tested to score the majority of the runs. There should have been a platform for them to come out and score, but to get a target of 176 with only 20-30 runs there for you on the scoreboard right now, and then you have to chase that big of a total without the likes of Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers, certainly is another equation altogether. And SRH, if they lose it from here, they'll have to blame it on themselves only.
Well, they do. Certainly it's a game for Sunrisers Hyderabad to lose, and the required run rate is 8.81, and now a massive change in bowling. Rashid Khan, the leg spinner, has been introduced into the attack, and he starts off with a wide down the leg side, although the keeper did go for a stumping there, but in the end it will be called as a wide. So another run added to the total. It's 36 for 3 at the moment for RCB, going at 9 runs and over. And Rashid Khan, although it is Sunrisers Hyderabad who are on top, he will still hold the key as he starts over again with a googly and beats the outside edge. A smile from Hitmire, a smile from Rashid Khan. They both knew that the batsman had absolutely no idea right now. Rashid Khan, SRH should take it. Take tea. Says Yashwant Sinde. I'm not very sure. I think if you're referring to the strategic timeout, then it's available after 6 overs. Between 6 to 9 is what you'd have to take the first strategic timeout. As now Shimron works one away towards deep mid wicket off the two end of the bat. Only a single there, and then a pat on the back to Rashid Khan saying, "Well bowled, boy, very well done."
If you look at Rashid Khan's stature as a spinner, it has risen tremendously in the past few years, especially because of the IPL. His exploits with the SRH has earned him a name, and also his side, Afghanistan, they'll be at the World Cup contesting for the trophy. Even if they are not able to go all the way, they'll certainly pull off some magnificent results for their side, because they have 2-3 players who can hurt any opposition. Although the ODI game is a longer format and it's 50 overs, we can certainly hope for some magic from players like Rashid. And on this occasion, it's a single for Gurkirat, and with that 38 are now up on board, and 3 wickets are down. Hetmire is now back on strike, 2 singles on the previous 2 deliveries.
38 for 3 then, and talking about Gurkirat Singh, a striker of 146.2 this season. Third match for him, he's scored 38 runs so far, and what a time for him to come and go on and get a big knock under his belt as we speak. The third umpire, in fact the fourth official, ran out with a word to the umpires, and then he's gone running back out of the field as Rashid continues to Shimron Hitmire. Hitmire goes big, it's in the air and out of the ground for 6.
So Shimron Hetmire hits it over mid-wicket this time and gets maximum flat, and 6 more runs to RCB's total. And Rashid Khan, he has been picked, and that has been the case with Rashid Khan this season. He has been picked time and often by hitters, Watson, Hardik Pandya, and now Shimron Hetmire has picked him for a 6 of 71 meters. So 44 up on board. Rashid Khan bowls in his 5th delivery, and the bat has swung out of the hands of Gurkirat at the occasion, because the hit of Hetmire certainly was hitting Gurkirat at that moment, and he smiles to recognize the power of Hetmire.
Well, certainly went for the big heave, did Hitmire, and the ball, well, got the contact. The ball hit the bat of Gurkirat at the non-striker's end and then flew away towards extra cover, and Shimron looking at the heavens saying, had that not hit the bat, that probably was going for a boundary. Still 9 of this over, and make that in fact 10 or 11. They'll come back for the second. No, there'll only be a single. So 10 of that over from Rashid Khan. 5 overs gone. It's 45 for the loss of 3 wickets. Royal challenges Bangalore, and they're starting to get a little partnership going now between these two. It's worth 25 of 13 deliveries, the partnership between Hitmire and Gurkirat Singh Man. And now after a 6 over cow corner, there was almost a chance of getting a boundary, but the ball hit Gurkirat's bat at the non-striker's end. And Shimron Hitmire along with Gurkirat Man, these two, they'll need to build a massive partnership for RCB if they have to get back in the game. Colin de Grandhomme can finish the game off in the end, and you've got Washington Sundar there as well, who can yield the willow very well if needed. But Umesh Yadav, obviously expert in long handle, nothing more than that is what he can do. But Rashid Khan, expensive first over from him, 10 runs, very uncharacteristic of Rashid Khan. Every now and then, we've seen Chris Gale get stuck into him, but apart from that, not many batsmen have, taken.
This time around, we saw Shane Watson getting under his skin, and so did Hardik Pandya against Mumbai Indians.
Well, Hardik Pandya, he's got stuck with everyone. Ask me, little Piyush Chawla.
Piyush Chawla was certainly not into the positive books of Hardik Pandya, as he absolutely dismantled him at Eden Gardens.
Dismantled, destroyed him. Piyush Chawla is not walking again.
Well, for KKR fans, that's sad news, because Piyush Chawla will again be visited by, or rather he'll be visiting Hardik Pandya at the Wankhede, and at the moment KKR, sad things for you KKR fans, because RCB are looking like they're out of this game. It's a 45 for 3 now, and Khalil Ahmed has been brought back into attack. He has been he was the one who removed Virat Kohli from the centre, but he has been expensive, and that is the case with Khalil Ahmed. He takes wickets for you, but he's also expensive. So if you're willing to make that trade, good for you. Kane Williamson, quite a strategizer he has been for SRH, and this time around he's gotten back into form with his bat also. And with me at the Cricket Lounge, it is a slight change in the box. Now Wali Siddiqui is joining me in place of Karthik Sinha, who has taken a short break. And with that, Khalil Ahmed bowls his third delivery, and that is a dot. So positive news for SRH that Khalil Ahmed hasn't gone for runs in that delivery.
And it's a 46 for 3. RCB in all sorts of trouble. They've lost the wicket of Parthiv Patel, Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers, their three main players. Well, they've still got Shimron Hetmyer in the batting lineup over there, but he hasn't been able to stamp his authority this season. So it's important for Hetmyer himself that he might be able to get some momentum before he heads to the World Cup. He's on 20 of 16 deliveries, and Gurkirat is on 5 of 5. The score right now is 46 for 3. Obviously played there by Gurkirat, a single taken as he guides one towards third man. The score is now 47 for 3 with that. And well, it's looking difficult for RCB at the moment, but a partnership over here, and the pressure could be added on Hyderabad. So things looking quite bleak, not only for RCB but also for Kolkata Knight Riders, because the net run rate for the Hyderabad team, if they get 2 more points over here, will be unassailable. You'll have to say that, because they have the best net run rate amongst the rest of the 7 teams. So what that does is that Kolkata Knight Riders will have to go all guns blazing against Mumbai Indians at Wankhede, which is quite unlikely, and which might even lead to a heavier loss, because once you go all guns blazing, that risk factor increases, and you just tend to lose more wickets with the bat. It's 48 for 3 in 5.5 overs. Another single taken over here, and that onslaught by Kane Williamson in the final over to get 28 runs of Umesh Yadav's over. Well, it completely shifted the momentum towards Sunrise Hyderabad. It seemed like they were score 150, 155 at max, but with that 28 runs coming off that over, they got to a pass score of 175, and now they are in cruise control with the ball. 48 for 3, single taken by Gurkirat as he late cuts one, and it's now 49. The loss of 3 wickets after 6 overs. Gurkirat Singh Man is on 6 of 6, while Shimron Hetmyer is on 21 of 17, and Mangipuna Mohapatra is saying that Hyderabad will lose this game and Kolkata Knight Riders will win. Well, you are quite an optimistic person over here.
Well, quite optimistic there from you, Mohapatra, but at the moment it's looking quite different to your prediction, because SRH are in cruise control after 3 wickets, although Hetmyer has hit some 6s and 4s, but it's the target is too big. Courtesy a brilliant over by Umesh Yadav right in the last over of the previous innings, and that is the reason why there's a lot of pressure on these two, Hetmyer and Gurkirat on that occasion. And RCB, after losing their captain Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers, their star batsman, and an informed Parthiv Patel, they are reeling at the moment.
So it's 49 for 3 in 6 overs. The current run rate is of 8.17. The required run rate is above 9 at the moment. 127 required of 84 deliveries. Shimron Hetmyer has finally struck a bit of form from his end. He's on 21 of 17. He would love to continue in order to add further pressure on Hyderabad, though it's quite difficult at the moment with the fall of wickets. And Gurkirat Singh Man on the other end has just taken a single. Mohammad Nabi now bowling his first over of his 4-over spell, and he's proved to be quite sensational for Hyderabad too with the ball. 7 matches played, 8 wickets taken with an economy of 6.09, and that is exactly what every skipper would want from his frontline spinner. 126 more runs required of 83 deliveries for the Royal Challengers Bangalore, as Shimron Hetmyer goes on the back foot and punches one towards Navi. No runs taken over here, and will he be able to be the unsung hero for RCB? Well, we just have to wait and watch.
Well, for Hetmyer, the equation is to stay at the pitch for as long as possible, because at the moment the thing that RCB don't have wickets. They have already lost 3 right at the start, and Mohammad Nabi, he was very good against RCB in match number 11 of the IPL, taking 4 wickets in 4 overs, giving away just 11 runs. So he'll be looking to repeat that performance this time around for SRH and help them make the cut for the top 4 playoff spot.
Well, meanwhile, a good cut shot by Gurkeerat Singh Mann, but an even better effort in the field by Bhuvaneshwar Kumar as he slides and just restricts the batsman to a single. So now it's 52 for 3 in 6.4 overs. Good all-round cricket at the moment. It's Shimron Hetmeyer who will now have the striker, the young Caribbean lad. He needs to play a really good innings, and he is really a dangerous player once he gets the ball under his radar. He's 96 born, 22 years of age, has played 5 IPL games, has an average of 9, and well, he hasn't done much. And if you talk about his career for the West Indies, that's where he's done well, but we'll get back to that because Shimron Hetmeyer has just swept that delivery for a boundary, and that will give further momentum towards him. It's 26 now for him of 21 deliveries. 7 overs have been bowled. The score is 56 for 3. And talking about Shimron Hetmeyer once again, he's played 11 T20 games, and even in the T20 format for the West Indies, he hasn't done much, but it's a one-day format where he's done quite well. 24 matches played, 40 is his average over there, highest of 127 that came against India, 250s and 400s. So you can see his conversion rate is quite significant in the one-day format for the West Indies, and these are good signs as he heads to the World Cup.
Well, these are good signs, but for RCB, they need him to fire today, and fire how? Because the total is still massive. 7 overs gone, it's 56 on board, but they have to still get 120 runs in 78 deliveries. So quite a big ask out of 2 batsmen who are not regulars into the side, and they have already lost their captain Virat Kohli, a brilliant batsman in A.B. de Villiers, and an informed player in Parthiv Patel. They don't have the depth in their batting lineup, and it's up to these two to take RCB as far as possible.
Well, if you look at the batsmen to come, then it's not quite a pleasant sight for RCB because they have Colin de Grandhomme, who's not in good form, Washington Sundar, who hasn't had an opportunity to bat, and then it's Umesh Yadav. The big tail gets exposed. Umesh Yadav, Navdeep Saini, Kejulia and Yuzvendra Chahal. So that's 4 batsmen who literally have no say when it comes to the bat. So it has to be this batting pair along with de Grandhomme and a bit of contribution from Washington Sundar if it goes down the lane. Meanwhile, coming back, it's 56 for 3, defended by Gurkeerat Singh Mann. No runs taken over there. 120 now required of 78 deliveries, and it has been a disappointing Indian Premier League for the Royal Challengers Bangalore, and they've remained on the bottom of the table. 13 matches played, 4 matches won, 8 matches lost, 9 points on board with a negative net run rate of a 0.694. So everything that could go wrong has gone wrong for the RCB this time around.
Well, they initially lost a flurry of matches, and that was the reason that this season's IPL hadn't worked in their favour. Coming to our orange cap, although David Warner is already back with his squad, he has scored enough runs to take him to the orange cap. At the moment, he's at 692 in just 12 games with a strike rate of 144. So you can see how much contribution does he had in SRH's campaign this time around.
And there's KL Rahul, Shikhar Dhawan, who else was there? Andre Russell also there in that hunt. So Virat Kohli was also there. So Virat Kohli will no longer score any more runs. KL Rahul will no longer score any more runs. He'll score tomorrow probably. And then Shikhar Dhawan is still there. He might score some runs, but he's quite far away. So I think it's
below 500, and the other guy is above 692. So it's very far at the moment.
So he's done his duties with the bat for SRH, and
you can make that easily if you look at his stats for the season. In 12 games, only on 3 occasions he was not able to get a 50, and that to a 10, a 15 and 37. And on the rest of all the games he has gotten a 50, and on many occasions he has gotten over 50. So that is the kind of form he was in, and he'll be looking to produce an absolute carnage at the World Cup this time around.
Well, if he had played more games, then he would have. If he had played more games, then I think that he would have got 1,000 runs or close to 1,000 runs. But unfortunately for David Warner, that wasn't to be. It's a pulled shot by. It's a pull shot by Gurkeerat Singh Mann. A single taken. Once again, it's 59 for 3 in 7.4 overs. Hetmeyer is on 27. Gurkeerat is on 11. The required run rate now is 9.49. And if we talk about the comment section, Khan Mohammed is here with us saying hello to us. Yashwant Sinde and Tenzing is also quite disappointed that RCB is losing this game.
Well, RCB, they performed well up until the 19th over of the first innings, and then Umesh Yadav came and changed everything.
The rest is history.
And right at the start of this chase, they lost the wickets of Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers and Parthiv Patel. And ever since, they are the second best team in this encounter, as Shimron Hetmeyer is constantly trying to take the attack back on SRH, but is failing to do so. At the moment, he's on 28 of 23 deliveries. Basil Thampe has also bowled a decent over up until now. In the 5 deliveries, he's conceded only 4 runs, 4 singles, and he's about to bowl the last delivery of the over. That will conclude the 8th over, and the scoreboard is now 60 for the loss of 3 wickets for RCB. And at the moment, they require 116 runs. So the ask is quite big. Will Hetmeyer and Gurkirat make it? We'll have to wait and watch.
Well, Basil Thampi has also proved to be quite good with the ball. He's a decent aspect for the Sunrise Hyderabad. He's bowling his first over, given 5 runs. Just 5 runs at that over, so a good over by Basil Thampi. 18 IPL games played by him. He's taken 16 wickets in the process. The score is 61 for 3 for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. The first strategic timeout of the second innings has finally been taken. After 8 overs, the score is 61 for 3. The runs needed for RCB are 115 from 72 deliveries. Gurkirat Singh Mann is on 12. Shimron Hetmeyer is on 28. We'll take a short break. Till then, keep listening to Sports Flashes Cricket Lounge.
This is Sports Flashes Live.
Sports Flashes.
It's time for Indian T20 Showdown. Stay tuned to Sports Flashes.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live.
Dhoni finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Pulls it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And what a performance by the number 3 seed, Saina Nehwal, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes Live.
Mika Hakkinen, the flying Finn from Helsinki, is on his last lap. Looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live.
Sports Flashes.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes Live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports.
Hello and welcome back to Sports Flashes Cricket Lounge, and yes, we're back, and this is Paritosh Joshi and Wari Siddiqui over here. It's a 62 for 3 in 8.1 overs. 13 is Gurkirat Singh Mann's score, while Hetmeyer is on 28 of 23. And It's Paritosh Joshi who's having a glee over here. What's the reason for that?
Well, that should remain private in the election season. I'm not the one to comment communal communal comments. And as we speak, Hatmeyer is taking all on himself to ride RCB for the win. 68 up on board as he struck a massive six over the mid-on region, and he's certainly taking on every bowler at the moment. Hatmeyer, he is the reason that RCB fans are still cheering, because he is turning on the heat at the Chinnaswamy.
What a shot there by Shimran Hatmeyer. He just pulled that for a six, and it's on 68 for the loss of 3 wickets. The score now. Mohammad Nabi now being a tad expensive, but I'm sure he would be coming back. 1.2 overs, 15 runs coming from his end. Shimran Hatmeyer has moved to 34-24. Finally coming good for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. He was bought for a hefty price of rupees INR 5 crore, if I'm not mistaken, and he hasn't been able to do justice to the RCB camp. But will he be able to prove a point today? Well, we just have to wait and watch. It's 69 for 3 in 8.3 overs.
So Shimran Hatmeyer, his innings move on to 35 of 25 deliveries. Gurkirat is on 14 of 15, 8.4 overs done, and the 50 partnership comes over for these two off of just 38 deliveries.
Yes, and Tanji Malkar is here with us, saying hello to all of us. Rajendra Yadav here as well. Khan Mohammad, Tanji Mankar, and Khalid Memon is here too. Afghani bowlers take 4 wickets today. That's what Khalid Memon thinks, and it's 71 for 3 in 8.5 overs. Gurkirat is on 14 of 15, while Hatmeyer is on 36 of 26. Nabi has bowled 1.5 overs and has gone for 17 runs. And if we talk about this over, then 9 runs can come from this over. It's 71 for 3 as Gurkirat Singh Mann now takes a strike to face the final delivery, as he just takes a single on the final ball. So it's quite identical, because Sunrise Hyderabad at this point had a similar score and had lost same number of wickets. But the point was that RCB had Umesh Yadav to bowl the final over and Hyderabad had Kane Williamson.
Yes, certainly the only differentiating factor was Kane Williamson, because RCB also struck early, removed the openers at ease, and the sad part for RCB is that they don't have Kane Williamson in their side. Their middle order hasn't been tested and tried. Time and again they failed in the middle overs, and that is the reason why RCB fans are gloomy at the Chinnaswamy at the moment. It's SRH who are at a strong position, but as these two build on a partnership, the Hatmeyer and Gurkirat, things certainly looking a little bit up for RCB fans. It's 9 overs done, 72 for the loss of 3 wickets, the score for RCB.
Well, there's still plenty of cricket remaining. Kolkata Knight Riders fans and RCB fans would be wanting them to win this game, because 104 required in 66 deliveries. Anything still quite possible. The partnership between the two is now worth 52 of 37 deliveries. So doing it quite right over here. Not going for the big shots on every delivery, but also taking the singles and doubles, while Shimran Hatmeyer targets the odd ball for a boundary or a six, and that is why RCB are still in the game in spite of losing AB de Villiers and Virat Kohli early on.
Well, certainly that strategy has worked for them this time. Hatmeyer has been looking rather keenly for any loose deliveries and putting them away for sixes and fours. So if they go ahead with this strategy, well and good, but they require a 6 or 4 on every other over. So the question for them is that get boundaries, at least score at a rate of 10, and they would be home easily at this rate. But the sad part for them is that they don't have a deep batting lineup, RCB, and already 3 wickets done. Shimran Hatmeyer batting at 36 off of 27, Gurkirat at 16 off of 17. They can only have someone like Colin Granderholm, who can come late on and score a quick fire knock, but not certainly provide them with the big partnership that is needed at the moment.
Well, it's 73 for 3, 9.2 overs have been bowled. Khalid Memon saying thinks that Hatmeyer will depart quite soon, and he's also saying that if Hyderabad win and Kolkata Knight Riders win, then who will go through? Well, it all depends on the net run rate then, Khalid, because Hyderabad have the best net run rate in the IPL, and if Kolkata Knight Riders win tomorrow, then they have to win by a hefty margin of around 70 or 80 runs against Mumbai, which is quite improbable. It's 74 for 3, in 9.3 overs, and the net run rate might be net run rate might be the factor which will decide the fate of the top four. Bangalore 74 for 3 and 102 more required of 63 deliveries.
Basil Thampi is now bowling his second over. Only 7 he has given away in 1.3 overs as Gurkirat now slices it to a single as the fielder collects. So Hetmyer is back on strike. They should look to Hetmyer to score majority of the runs, but Gurkirat needs to stay at the other end, because we've seen time and often, even if one player is playing good, at the other end they keep on losing wickets, and that leads to the demise of the team by the end of it. And as of now, the score for RCB is 75 for the loss of 3 after 9.4 overs. Hetmyer is taking strike against Basil Thampi. Basil Thampi in this over has conceded 3 runs in 4 deliveries, and he's bowling his 5th delivery. Hetmyer drives it down the long off region, mid-off region, and that will be another single for RCB.
So a single taken over here by Hetmyer. He's played quite a valuable knock so far, but it can turn it to an even more valuable one if he actually turns this into a win. 38 of 29 deliveries he's batting on. 3 boundaries, 2 sixes, strike rate of 131. Gurkirat Singh Mann is on 17 of 18 deliveries, 1 boundary to his name as well. A partnership worth of 56 from 42 deliveries. 76 for 3 is the score, and he is batting quite well over here. Gurkirat Singh Mann needs to provide adequate support and not lose a wicket at any point. Khalid Mehman saying that it's not possible against Mumbai, and SRH will qualify. Well, don't lose hope, Khalid. It's not over yet, and RCB might still manage to win this one if Hetmyer stays there till the very end, but it's quite difficult, especially once you get to know that Rashid Khan still has the bulk of the bowling to do. 77 for 3, disappointing campaign it has been for the mentors of RCB, Ashish Nehra and Gary Kirsten, as well as for the skipper, the senior players Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers, but hopefully they would be back next season with a bang, and they might be able to get back on the drawing board. Think about the players that they need. Think about the batsmen, the bowlers, the all-rounders that they need, and remove the deadwood. And by deadwood, I mean, you know who I mean, the 2 frontline pacers.
Well, that hasn't worked for them, the frontline pacers, and that is where they lack. And for RCB, certainly, the 2 frontline pacers are being compared with Chris Smalling and Phil Jones of Manchester United by Wally on that occasion, because the way they leak goals, the pacers of RCB leak runs. And at the moment, after the end of 10 overs, the total for Bangalore is 77 for the loss of 3 wickets, with Gurkirat and Shimron Hetmyer at strike. Gurkirat will play the first ball, and the fielder has miscued this time around. Rashid Khan is brought back into the attack, looking for some wickets, and now Hetmyer will be on strike.
Well, it's now 98, needed of 59 deliveries. Gurkirat Singh Mann has no intention of going for the big shot. He's just giving Hetmyer as much strike as possible. And Khalid saying that he's a CSK supporter because of MS Dhoni. Well, quite a few people are the Chennai Super Kings supporter because of the great man MS Dhoni himself. Meanwhile, Hetmyer goes for the big shot. He targets Rashid Khan, and that's a huge 6. In fact, that's a flat 6 over mid-wicket. So this guy is definitely playing a special knock over here. And like I said, it's not over yet. 84 for 3. He moves on to 44, does Shimron Hetmyer. There's still plenty of game remaining over here.
Oh, well, fantastic by Shimron Hetmyer to take the attack back on Rashid Khan, and another 6 for Shimron Hetmyer. He struck a 6 early on Rashid Khan in the previous over, and he is able to get a hold of him again, and again on the very next delivery Shimron Hetmyer was not able to read it. So a bit of a contest going around between the bowler Rashid Khan and the batsman Shimron Hetmyer. Rashid Khan bowls in his 4th delivery. Shimron Hetmyer picks it up again, but will he get the distance? Yes, he does. Chennaswamy completes his 50 in style, salutes his players in the dugout. 50 on just 32 deliveries. He is putting a massive performance for RCB on the night.
Well, one special knock, and you can just see how much this means to Shimron Hetmyer. Quite a few people were criticizing him that He's just $1 million baby. He didn't have it in him to prove his worth in the IPL, but he's done it for the West Indies in India. He scored a couple of hundreds. He scored a quick 50s as well, and he's stamping his authority. That too against one of the finest bowlers in the IPL, Rashid Khan. What a shot that was! 2 sixes coming now in 3 deliveries. Mani Prasad saying that Hetmyer has to score today at least. He has to live up to his potential. Well, he is doing exactly that, but his job is not complete. Amit Gautam, you say that there is a sound problem. Well, we'll just get it resolved, and Hetmyer at last does Mani Prasad Gaud says over here. Raja Rajput saying that wasn't I right that Rashid Khan is getting exposed? Well, you just might be right, but do not neglect him. He might be able to take a wicket or two, and he did take 3 wickets in the previous game as well. And we will get back to that. Is Hetmyer from the West Indies? Asks Tenzing Sugrab. Well, yes, he is from the West Indies, and he is also in the World Cup squad. So it's 92 for 3 in 11 overs, 85 now required of 54 deliveries.
A brilliant innings from Shimron Hetmyer continue as Bangalore keep on their march for the total of 175. The target is coming closer now. 84 required of just 54 now. They certainly are in contention to win this game, but for that to happen, Shimron Hetmyer will have to bat till the end for Bangalore. And Bangalore, after losing initial 3 wickets, they haven't lost any, as the partnership between these two continues to 72 off of just 49. So a brilliant knock with for Hetmyer has certainly given them a chance to win this game here, RCB.
Well, so Kolkata Knight Riders fans rejoice once again, because Hetmyer is playing one valuable innings for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Tenzing was, he must be the most excited out of the lot. Well, he is from the West Indies, Tenzing, and he's playing a good knock. 92 for 3 in 11 overs. The required run rate is still of 9.33, but the current run rate is now just heading close to that, because it's of 8.36. Gurkirat Singh Man is the man facing the pace. Basil Thampi over here as he takes a single, and it's Hetmyer who will now get the strike.
Well, on that occasion, Gurkirat took a single, and now Shimron Hetmyer is brought back into strike, and that's a good strategy by the pair, because they want Hetmyer at the strike as much as possible. Shimron Hetmyer, what an innings has he played! 51 off of just 33 with the help of 3 fours and 4 massive sixes, helping the cause of RCB and proving his worth in absolute gold. He has been fantastic this time, and he'll look to carry on for this RCB outfit as he bats on for the second delivery of the over. It's Basil Thampi who's bowling in right in the block hole, but Hetmyer gets his bat in time, so a single would be there for the picking for these two, as Gurkirat is now back on strike.
And he just loves that leg side of his. He's hit 53% of the shots on that mid-wicket square leg area, and he just loves that. And we saw that in the series against India as well. All of his 4 sixes coming at the mid-wicket region as well as long on. So that's what he targets. So the bowler needs to be careful over here, not bowl in his arc, otherwise he will punish you and he will play the big shot. It's 94 for 3, 11.2 overs have been bowled. The current run rate is of 8.29, the required of 9.42, but there is a top edge. Good fielding effort by Martin Guptill, and couldn't avoid the single over there. So it's 95 for 3, 11.3 overs have been bowled. Gurkirat on 21, while Hetmyer is on 52.
Well, singles wouldn't hurt SRH at the moment. What would hurt them would be the boundaries and the sixes, and that keep coming for RCB with the help of Shimron Hetmyer. They certainly need a wicket here, SRH. They were good right from the start, but from there on, Shimron Hetmyer has taken it upon himself to get RCB out of that tough spot. He has been fantastic, and with that, certain middle order issues of RCB are resolved for the next season.
But too late in the final game.
Too late, yes, too late, but for the next season. That's why I underlined that portion of my word, that Shimron Hetmyer, he's a good bloke. He has scored fantastically for West Indies and now is turning on the style for RCB. They certainly need to play him game in and game out, because we have seen more often than not that when Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers are sent back early, RCB are seen struggle in the middle overs.
So it's 96 for 3 in 11.4 overs, 18 are required of 50 deliveries. And Amit Gautam is here asking us a question that if we will be able to chit-chat in the World Cup or only for India matches. Well, one thing is for certain that we will be in the cricket lounge to give you the live coverage of the matches. And another thing is certain that the Indian matches will also be covered, but we'll confirm it to you quite soon enough. Do not worry about that. But that's a boundary that's been struck this time by Gurkirat Singh Man. I do not remember when the last boundary was hit by him. I think this is his first boundary of the game. So coming at an important time. In fact, his second boundary of the game. So it was a short delivery bowled by Basil Thambi. Just pulls it towards the square leg boundary, times it with perfection, and it's 104 for 3. The score will be, in fact, yes, it's 100 for 3 in 11.5 overs. 76 now required of 49 deliveries. And if Gurkirat Singh Man chips in with a boundary or two every over, then that will just release further pressure from Shimran Hetmyer on the other end. Raja Rajput also enjoying the chit-chat session amongst between us. Thank you so much, Raja Rajput. And Tenzing saying that I hope that Hetmyer still stays there till the very end.
Well, for KKR fans, their utter rivals in RCB are their favourites to win this game, because that will do a load of good for KKR as it will ease their way into the playoffs. And another couple of runs for Bangalore as the score now moves on to 102 for 3 after the end of 12 overs.
74 runs now required of 48 deliveries. That was a good cover drive struck by Gurkirat Singh Man, and it's 27. He moves on to 25 deliveries, 2 boundaries under his belt. Shimran Hetmyer is on 53 of 35, so it's not all over for RCB. They still have Colin de Granholm waiting in the batting line of Washington Sundar, who can bat as well. So a decent middle order there. 102 for 3, and Hyderabad need to chip in with a wicket, especially that of Shimran Hetmyer, because if he continues with his big hitting, then it might turn out to be too late for them in the tournament, because Kolkata Knight Riders are closely watching this game. Tenzing saying that we have to do a DNA test to the West Indies player from where they get such strong harm and hitting 4th and 6s as well. I think we need to, but this is for the very first time that Shimran Hetmyer has finally justified that West Indies tag.
Well, he is justifying it in style at the moment for RCB. RCB, although it has been a dismal IPL season, they would like to sign off with a win and poop the party of SRH, as SRH look to march on for the playoffs, as Hetmyer again goes for the boundary, this time on the onside, and not getting quite the hold of it on that occasion. So Gurkirat now will be back on strike as Hetmyer takes a single.
Well, it's a 103 for 3, and Astute Survivor saying that how was your match today? Did you fetch any wickets? Well, thank you, Astute Survivor, for remembering that we had a match today, and it was an uneventful one in the collective unit, because we lost the game, but I took a wicket in 3 overs, conceding 19 runs, and also scored 29 runs not out. So it was decent enough for me, but couldn't contribute for the win. So next time we'll be eyeing that win, and Paritosh will be there with me.
No, I won't be there. I won't be playing any match with you guys. Please spare me. But Gurkirat is playing quite a match here, as another boundary for him. He now moves on to 31 off of 26. 107 for the loss of 3 wickets. Now up on board for RCB, as Bhuvneshwar Kumar has been struck for a boundary.
And what a shot that was. Now Gurkirat Singh Man getting into the mix, and he's not leaving all the hitting to Shimran Hetmyer. Plays a classy cut over there, but a better effort in the field, and that boundary could have prevented by Yusuf Pathan, and it's a 4 nonetheless. And good shot by Gurkirat Singh Man. Raja Rajput saying that he's seen Hetmyer in the Caribbean Premier League, and he does it well for the West Indies in the T20I. It's good to see him do it for RCB in this IPL. This match by no means is over, and I think he's also saying that we should hire him. Well, Raja Rajput, do send in your CV, then we will give it a look. But till then, keep listening to Sports Flashes Cricket Lounge. It's 108 for 3 in 12.3 overs.
Gurkirat Singh Man, well, he has played phenomenally to complement Shimran Hetmyer at the moment on the middle of things. 68 now required off of 45 deliveries, as Shimran Hetmaya goes big and another 6 for him. There was a chance, but the utter power of Shimran Hetmaya, Manish Pandey on that occasion, a good field, but he wasn't able to stop Shimran Hetmaya for going for a 6.
Well, that was half a chance, and that would have been a blinder for take if he had taken that, because it was struck with utmost ferocity over there by Shimran Hetmaya. A flat 6, and had he collected that, it still would have been difficult because his balance was all over and he would have sailed over the boundary line had Manish Pandey. So a difficult take that would have been, and another 6. So Hetmaya's carnage continues and Bangalore are still in the game. 62 now required of 44 deliveries. The Chinnaswamy Stadium believes they want a good sending off this season, and that's another drop catch, this time by Yusuf Pathan. That was a dolly. He was standing at point. A slower delivery bowled by Bhuvaneshwar Kumar outside the off stump. He moved his leg away. He tried to play the scoop over point, and Yusuf Pathan just dropped a dolly over there. And has he dropped the game?
I think that with that catch, Yusuf Pathan has dropped the match, because Shimran Hetmaya will now go at a different rate. Yusuf Pathan had a chance to remove him. Shimran Hetmaya is already on 60 after 37, and even Shimran Hetmaya thought that he was going back into the pavilion. Martin Guptill certainly cheering on the lads at the moment, but Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, what a disappointed lad he would have been. On 2 occasions he could have removed Shimran Hetmaya, and a chance of a run out there, but close.
So 3 chances in 3 the last.
They are
3
certainly
deliveries.
piling on the pressure on Shimran Hetmaya. 61 off of 38 deliveries from him, and with that the conclusion of 13 over comes. It's now 116 after 13 overs, and with that he survives that over as well. 115 for 3 after 13 overs. Shimran Hetmaya is on 61 off of 38. Gurkirat Singh Mann on 32 off of 28. And with that, he, I think, will he will certainly talk to Gurkirat, and they'll say, let's calm down a bit, not get too heated in the moment, because there have been 3-4 consecutive chances for SRH to remove Shimran Hetmaya, and they would be ruining it by the end of things, I think.
And for the very first time, the current run rate is above the required run rate. It's 8.85 the current run rate. The required run rate is 8.71. So these 2 batsmen are definitely piling the pressure on Hyderabad. The partnership is now worth 95. Let me remind you, RCB lost their first 3 wickets in the first 3 overs of the game, and there's been no looking back ever since then by Shimran Hetmaya and Gurkirat Singh Mann. What an innings this is turning out to be by both. Astute Survivor, we've got your message. We'll just look into it and just do give us a confirmation if it's fine again. Raja Rajput saying that Yusuf Pathan can't bat, bowl or field. Is the selectors having a laugh? Well, I think this is Yusuf Pathan's final Indian Premier League. I think the time has come for him to become an expert.
Well, certainly his brother Irfan Pathan is now an expert on cricket. So I think it's time that he also hangs his boots. Shimran Hetmaya tries to go big again, but he will get a boundary this time also, as no fielder is present on the cover region. And another boundary as RCB, they take on SRH's total head on this time. What must be going on into the mind of Kane Williamson? He has played brilliantly to get them to a total of 175. And Shimran Hetmaya at the moment is completely dismantling the bowlers. Rashid Khan on that occasion, he's taking Rashid Khan on like a normal leg spinner, and Rashid Khan, he is agitated at the moment.
Well, 2.2 overs bowled by him, 28 runs given, 29 now with that single, no wickets taken, economy of 12. Rashid Khan proving to be expensive. Shimran Hetmaya has got under the nerves of Rashid Khan. Partnership of 100 of 67 deliveries, and the way that these two have batted is quite is the epitome of maturity, because they kept on taking the singles and doubles when 3 wickets had fallen. They didn't go for the big shots as soon as the overs kept on going down. Shimran Hetmaya finally went down for boundaries, then he accelerated even more, went for 6s. Gurkirat Singh Mann still continued with singles and doubles, and then finally even he started to strike boundaries, and because of which now Bangalore find themselves at a winnable position. 56 now needed of 38 deliveries. 7 wickets still a 9 as in hand, as Gurkirat Singh Mann just drives one towards long off, takes a single and gives the dangerous Shimran Hetmaya the strike. And I think he's giving his fellow Caribbean compatriot a favor. In fact, he's Andre Russell. I think he might have a big part to play tomorrow now that he's Simran Hatmar
Well,
is-
yes, Hetmai is doing something for his compatriot Andre Russell in the KKR camp, because with the win, RCB would certainly restrict SRH to a total of 12 points in their 14 games, and that is positive news for KKR fans, because they'll only require a win against MI in the next game. And I know, as an MI fan, I shouldn't be saying this, but KKR would be pumped, and I think MI would be at ease a bit, because they have already qualified for the playoffs. Although they are not a team to relax right at the death, but you never know. KKR being all into the game and knowing that a win there could provide them with a playoff spot, that will be very interesting to see at the Wankhede. But as far as this game goes, Kane Williamson, what will he do? Who will he bring in now? Rashid Khan is also being taken to the cleaners in this match by Shimran Hatmaya. Who else is left in his arsenal? Bhuvneshwar Kumar, he has tried and tested. He is also gone for runs, and Bhuvneshwar Kumar has been unlucky in the previous over as well. So who do you look up to if you were the captain of SRH?
Well, if I do look up to SRS, then you still have Basil Thampi's over. I think you could try him out. But apart from him, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, I think he will come back strongly. And Khalil Ahmed also has an over left. So I think Mohammad Nabi has 2 overs remaining. Basil Thampi and Rashid Khan will be allowed to bowl another over. So I feel, well, if Hyderabad do chip in with a wicket, then they're back in the game, because Colin de Grandhomme isn't in the greatest of form. So they just need a wicket of Hadmire over here and they'll be back. But 55 near of 35 deliveries. And Raja Rajput saying that what do you have to say about Rashid Khan now? Well, I just came out with the stats of Rashid Khan, Raja Rajput, and in 2017 he played 14 games, picked 17 wickets for SRH. In 2018, he played in 17 games and he scalped 21 wickets for SRH. And in 2019, in spite of conceding all the runs, he's played in 14 games and still taken 14 wickets. So he hasn't been all that bad. It's just that his economy has been more this season. It's 25.5 his average, in fact. And in 2017 and 2018, his average was 21. So you can see there isn't a massive difference. It's just that he's not doing it on a consistent basis. It's just that he's having one off day.
In key games, he's been picked apart. That's the problem, that we hadn't seen Rashid Khan being picked apart in one particular over. He has gone for runs, but in a variation of overs. This time around, he has been picked apart in particular overs. And Gurkirat also flexes his hands and goes for the boundary. Another boundary for RCB. And with that, 125 up on board for RCB as they continue their march towards the total of 175.
125 for 3 now, and they believe it's 51 of 33 runs required. Raja Rajput saying that Yusuf Pathan helping his former team to go into the playoffs. Well, he has a lot of former teams, Yusuf Pathan. He's played for Rajasthan Royals, he's played for Kolkata Knight Riders, he's played for Sunrise Hyderabad. And let me remind you, he's won the IPL with all 3 teams. So he's a real champion in the IPL, you'll have to say.
Well, here he is a champion there, but at the moment SRH they are not looking like a champion side. They are being thrashed by Gurkirat. Another boundary, and the runs keep on coming for them. Gurkirat also nearing his 50 now, 41 off of just 34 from him, as Thampi has been thumped for 2 consecutive fours.
We just had to say that. 129 for 3 in 14.4 overs. Saurabh Mishra here tuned in to Sports Classes Cricket Lounge. Tenzing Sugram saying that he's anxiously following now. I'm pretty sure. I think more than RCB, it'll be KKR fans who will be celebrating. But let's not forget, you still have your stuff to do. You have to win against Mumbai Indians, so do not take it as an easy game.
Well, it is not an easy game. They know that, and it's only a delight for one day, so let them have it. 47 off of 32 now required, as Gurkirat moves on to 41 off of 34. If given to him, he can win it on his own. Gurkirat at the moment.
Well, he's playing well. He started off quite slow, but now he's just picking apart the bowlers. He's just eyeing the boundary lines, and that's what he's doing. 41 of 34, 129 for 3 is the score. And this time, a good delivery by Basil Thampi. Just misses the off stump. Almost got out over there. And that wicket would have definitely brought back the momentum on Hyderabad, but it wasn't to be. 47 now required of 31. astute survivor giving an opinion about Irfan Pathan, saying that he was a real gem, but that Aussie Chappell ruined him. Well, I'll have to agree with that. He was
Well,
a
he
frontline
was.
opening bowler, but he sent him at open. He sent him opening to bat. He sent him to open the batting along with Sachin Tendulkar.
Well, stupid decisions have been made at that time, so it's no point discussing him. Irfan Pathan was certainly a revelation initially when he came, and everyone remembers this special hat-trick he took right in the very first over. And as we speak, no contact between the bat and ball because a DRS was taken on that occasion. So he's quite safe at the moment, is Gurkirat. I don't know what the first was all about. Maybe they are getting a little anxious here, SRS. They want a wicket and they're just going for all their resources at the moment. So it was close, but not close enough. Quite far off the bat, as the review quite clearly shows. So trouble for SRH continue.
Well, Raja Rajput here saying that it's Gurkirat and had my carnage today. Astute survivor saying that all 4 metros will qualify if metropolitan cities will qualify if Sunrise Hyderabad lose today, because KKR might win tomorrow. And Saurabh Mishra here with us as well, Mr. Invisible, asking us what is the highest view of our program. Well, it doesn't matter if it's 1 to 100 or 400 or even 1,000. We have to do our job, Mr. Invisible, and it's a pleasure to have you back in the Sports Flashes Cricket Lounge. Raja Rajput is here with us saying that he's playing a wonderful fiddle over here, Gurkirat Singh Man.
Well, he's certainly playing good now. Initially he was quite slow, but now he has picked up the pace. A single of the very last delivery of Basil Thampi as he concludes his quota of 4 overs without wickets and giving away 29 runs in the process. Bangalore now at 130 after the end of 15 overs, and with that Bangalore are closing in on the target. They now require 46 in just 30 deliveries.
46 now required of 30 deliveries. Gurkirat Singh is on 42 of 36. Hatmire is on 66 of 42. And Rajiv Singh, thank you for that. I was about to say that to Mr. Invisible, but it's all right. It's 46 required of 5 overs, and at one stage it seemed like it's all over when the 3 wickets were taking in the first 3 overs. Parthiv Patel, Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers, all of a sudden an anticlimactic end it is turning out to be, because RCB are cruising to an emphatic win over here.
RCB certainly are cruising to a win over here. They still have 5 overs to go and only 46 required. Given to Umesh Yadav, he can give that much in 2 overs. And at that rate, RCB would certainly be hoping to get a win from here and ruin Hyderabad's chance of qualifying for the playoffs.
Well, it's a 133 overs remaining. Let's just take a look again. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar has 1, Khalil has 1, Rashid Khan has 1 as well, while Nabi has 2. So who will Kane Williamson utilize right now? We'll just have to wait and watch. Rajiv Singh, Mr. Invisible, Raja Rajput, Astute Survivor, everyone listening to us on Cricket Lounge. It's going to be an interesting contest. In fact, it has already turned into an interesting one this time. It's a slog shot played by Gurkirat Singh towards the mid-wicket region, and that's another boundary. And he's looking to be even more effective as Gurkirat. And no, it's not Bhuvaneshwar, it's not Rashid Khan, it's not Khalil Ahmed, it's Vijay Shankar who's been brought to bowl his first over. And on the first delivery, he just gets toyed over mid-wicket, and that's easy pickings for Gurkirat Singh, and that's boundary. So now 38 required of 20, in fact 42 now required of 29 deliveries. Just a stroke away from his 50 is Gurkirat Singh Man.
Fantastic innings from Gurkirat. 46 on just 37 deliveries. Hatmai is the watcher at this time because Gurkirat is picking apart the bowling on his own. He goes towards the offside this time and will get a single. So Hatmai will be now back on strike against Vijay Shankar. This will be a very, very good contest as Vijay Shankar, he is the new bowler on the block, and he'll be facing a set batsman in Shamran Hatmai.
Well, it's 135 for 341 required of 28 deliveries is Vijay Shankar. Selection for World Cup, a good or bad side, Mr. Invisible says. Well, right now it seems like what is done is done. He was playing quite crucial knocks for Team India in the ODI format against Australia and New Zealand, but in the IPL he's just disappointed time and time again. But let's just compare him to Ambati Raidu. He hasn't done much either. So, well, we don't have much of a choice over here.
Well, given the experience, Ambati Raidu certainly has more, and in pressure situations, he has performed well. But you can't really question the selection process, because Vijay Shankar is more of an all-rounder than Ambati Raidu. That was the reason of his selection. Well, we'll have to wait and see how he performs at the World Cup, but at the moment he's been picked apart by RCB batsman. Shimron Hetmyer tries to go big, and no fielder there on that occasion as he edged that towards the offside. So Gurkirat is now back on strike as it results in a single. Gurkirat is playing at 47 off of 38 deliveries. 39 are required on just 27 deliveries. So the target is quite achievable at this point. Hoping that they don't lose quick wickets in the next 1 or 2 overs.
What a partnership this is turning out to be. 117 runs between the two of just 76 deliveries. This time a square drive. Will that be a boundary for Gurkirat? Well, that might just turn out to be his 50. What a shot by Gurkirat. Square drives it towards the point region. That's 50 up for Gurkirat Singh. His second 50 of the IPL. 51 of 39 deliveries. 141 is the score. And well, all sorts of trouble are Sunrisers Hyderabad in right now. 35 now required of 26. It should be a walk in the park, and I think it's just too late for them. And Raja Rajput still impressed with Iyer and Pant for Delhi Capitals. He's congratulating them as well. Astute survivor. A trip down memory lane over here when he says that he was in school. It was his first class of the day when Pathan took the hat-trick. The news spread like fire amongst us. Everyone got excited to go home and watch the highlights. Can't forget that day. Oh, I'll get back to that, but that's another boundary. The field, there was a slight misfield over there, and Vijay Shankar has been just taken apart by Gurkirat Singh Man over here.
Well, Vijay Shankar has been dismantled absolutely by Gurkirat. 3 fours and still a delivery left in the over. So he has been tarnished this time around by Gurkirat. 15 runs coming off of that over. And the fielder on that occasion wasn't able to get a hold of it. Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Well, a rare sight that he was even surprised by how the ball bounced on that occasion. You can't do nothing about it, Vijay. The job is already done for RCB. They are registering a win here, and that will put SRH in a very tough spot in the table.
31 required of 25. Final delivery of the over. Another good square drive. Another misfield. This time by their best fielder, Manish Pandey. That's not going to do them any good. A single taken. So an expensive over, a slight tumble between the wicketkeeper and the batsman over there, and a good Freddy gesture. 146 for 3 in 16 overs, and I do remember that when Irfan Pathan took the hat-trick astute survivor. We'll get back to that in conversation, but a strategic timeout has been taken. But I'll just brief it to you. I was in a school trip. We went to a Central Park over there, and we were just enjoying. One of our friends came in late because he was watching the India-Pakistan game. He came in. He told that Irfan Pathan has taken a hat-trick, and I was like, why the hell did we go on a school trip that day? So I was excited to see that as well. But unfortunately, India lost that game. But who gives? It's 146 for 3 in 16 overs. 30 runs required of 24 deliveries. The partnership between Gurkirat and Shimron Hetmyer is of 126. Gurkirat Singh is on 56 while Hetmyer is on 67. It should be a walk in the park for RCB. We'll be back after this short break. Till then, keep listening to Sports Flashes Cricket Lounge.
You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio. Sports Flashes Radio. World's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, the official broadcast partner of BCCI. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. Catch all the cricketing action and complete drama at one click of your phone.
He does that. Smack again onside, being peppered. Consecutive boundaries.
Don't miss. Download the app now. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
One station filled with full football fever.
Thinks about the shot, will go for it, and will plant an absolute cracker into the corner to put the icing on what is a very sweet tasting cake for Manchester City.
And you are just one click away.
Sergio Aguero. Oh, that's vicious! Unstoppable!
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes live.
Sports Flashes.
It's time for Indian T20 Showdown. Stay tuned to Sports Flashes.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes live.
Dhoni finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Pulls it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
Hello and welcome back to the live chat with me, Parthos Joshi. Along with me joining in is Karthikeya Sinha in place of Wali. The match between Royal Challengers Bangalore and Sunrise Hyderabad has taken a interesting turn here as Gurkeerat and Hetmeyer have taken every bowler to the cleaners. Now only 30 required off of 24. Welcome Karthikeya. What a change of fortunes for RCB.
Absolutely, I think for our RCB's sake, I should stay out of the box. When I was in here, RCB was struggling. I went out for an hour and the game is turned on its head. What a performance this by both Gurkeerat and Shimron Hetmeyer. Gerard Coutinho and a couple of Hastings as well was saying earlier on that it's time for Shimron to smile, shine and seize the opportunity. That's exactly what he's done today. What a knock from Shimron Hetmeyer.
Well, Shimron Hetmeyer has performed brilliantly, 67 off of 43. He's the one on strike as Bhuvneshwar Kumar strides in for the second delivery. Shimron Hetmeyer for the boundary on the off region, but Kane Williamson is present there. So only a single as Gurkeerat is now back on strike. It's too late for SRH, I think. They have been struck time and again by these two, and they have very little runs left in their tank. SRH, they are very close to the target, Bangalore, and from the here on, they'll easily win it, I think.
They should easily win it, that's for sure, because if you look at the situation right now, they need 28 of 22 deliveries with 7 wickets in hand, and two boys who are in fine form and connecting the ball very well as now. Gurkeerat drives one away towards long on and picks up a single. 27 of 21 required, and tomorrow will be a crunch game. Mumbai Indians versus Kolkata Knight Riders, but right now we're focusing on one game and one game only, and that's Royal Challengers Bangalore versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. Raja Rajput, Rajiv Singh, a very warm welcome to all of you. Mani Prasad God also with us as Tenzin Sugrab. Well, Sahil is on a leave today. He may be in tomorrow, Tenzin. Well, I'll drop in your message to him, and he will be coming in tomorrow as well. And Rajiv Singh, new boy chance. Shubman Gill, World Cup need. Now I think Shubman may not be in the World Cup squad, but going on next World Cup, he certainly can make the cut. Can Shubman Gill? I'm a very big fan of Shubman Gill. His composure, the way he bats, and with a single now, 150 up on the board for RCB. 150 for 3 after 16.4 overs, and now 26 needed of 20 deliveries, and you'll have to say that it is the Royal Challengers Bangalore who are favourites now. And can you imagine, they're doing it without Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers. It's Shimron Hetmeyer and Gurkeerat Singh Mann who are turning the screws on here at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium as Bhuvi bowls a short delivery, goes for the ball. Appeal for caught behind, but the umpire Nigel Long says nothing doing.
Well, it must have missed the glove and bat, but a good bouncer there by Bhuvneshwar Kumar. I wonder why wasn't he brought in earlier, because they certainly needed wickets, and he had still an over left, and now it's only one delivery left in the tank from Bhuvneshwar Kumar. He has taken 2 wickets for them. He was the one responsible for the earlier dismissals, and with him bowling his last delivery, their chances of winning this game also turns bleak. And 17 overs are now done, The total now for RCB is at 151 for the loss of 3 wickets. And who will it be who will bowl the 18th over according to you?
Well, we've got 18, 19 and 20, 3 overs remaining as Bhuvneshwar Kumar's spell has come to an end. He's bowled 4 overs, 24 for 2, his figures. Got an over left in Khalil Ahmed, an over from Rashid Khan, 2 overs from Mohammad Nabi, and Vijay Shankar as well has 3 overs left. But I think it will be Khalil, Rashid and Mohammad Nabi who will bowl an over each here. But we'll have to wait and see what Kane Williamson thinks. And I've just got a question coming in from Raja Rajput saying that if you guys were to choose 3 players to stay in RCB, who would you guys choose? I'll tell you, Virat Kohli, Yuzvendra Chahal and Navdeep Saini. 3 outstanding performers for RCB this season.
Well, certainly, but I think they'll also use their right to retain for Shimron Hetmyer because he has been a revelation in the final game, and Gurkirat is taking on the bowlers at the moment. A flat 6 by him sweeps it completely off, and now the required runs are only 19 of 17. Gurkirat Singh Mann is turning on the style at the Chinnaswamy for RCB.
Slightly short, and that's all Gurkirat needed. Rocks back and pulls it away over square leg for a maximum welcome 6 here for Royal Challengers Bangalore, as Rashid Khan has been hit for a 6, and now a single down through towards long on. And this is intelligent stuff by Gurkirat Singh Mann. Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers looking rather relaxed now, as they were about an hour or so ago, with 158 on the board for just 3 wickets down. 65 for Gurkirat of 47 deliveries, 69 for Shimron Hetmyer of just 45 deliveries. 138 the partnership of just 91 deliveries. Round the wicket now to Shimron Hetmyer, who rocks back and hits it over the bowler's head for 6. Shimron Hetmyer and Gurkirat Singh Mann are taking Rashid Khan to the cleaners, and the M. Chinnaswamy erupts again.
Fantastic stuff from Hetmyer. Continues his innings now at 75 of just 46, and at the moment Shimron Hetmyer is taking on and picking out the misery of Rashid Khan. Shimron Hetmyer goes big again, but this time he'll be caught right at the boundary of the off region, and his innings comes to an end, but he has done the damage, and now RCB can easily walk away with the win. Rashid Khan finally getting the better out of Shimron Hetmyer, but on what cost? 2 sixes in the initial 3 deliveries, which completely took the game away from SRH in this over.
Everyone at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium are standing up, giving a standing ovation to Shimron Hetmyer. But what a catch that from Vijay Shankar, right at the boundary door, very well judged, and takes it at like just an inch. And Hetmyer wasn't very pleased with that. He wanted to clear the fence. He's disappointed. He wanted to see his team off, but he's done his job. He's in fact more than done his job. He's gone for 75 of just 47 deliveries. What a way to sign off in the season's IPL for Shimron Hetmyer. It's wicket number 4, and finally the partnership has been broken. Gone for 75 is Shimron Hetmyer. It's 164 for the loss of 4 wickets. Now 12 needed of 14 deliveries for Royal Challengers Bangalore. And then Mani Prasad God is asking, if RCB wins today but also KKR lose tomorrow, I think SRH will qualify with a higher net run rate. Yes, that is the mathematical equation right now, but you just cannot rule anything out.
Well, the margin of the defeat is also in contention, but they are the team with the maximum net run rate at the moment, SRH, and they are not looking like they'll lose heavily here. So even if they lose and MI are able to defeat KKR tomorrow, SRH would still qualify. So for KKR fans, your job is still half remaining, because you have to defeat Mumbai in Mumbai and Mumbai that will be looking for revenge after the loss at Eden Gardens. It's Colin de Grandhomme who is walking in to accompany Gurkirat and has faced the first delivery of his stint at the pitch. Rashid Khan, he has been picked apart in this match by these two, Gurkirat and Shimron Hetmyer. He has been very heavy, conceding 43 runs in 3.5 overs, and another single would come on the last delivery. So he concludes his 4-over quota with 44 runs. So that's massive for Rashid Khan, because he's quite economical nonetheless on other times for SRH.
Well, certainly he is, and he's gone for 11 and over. Here is Rashid Khan. 4-over quota done, 44 for 1 his figures, and now final 2 overs remaining, 11 to get for RCB, with Gurkirat Singh Mann still there on 65. Colin de Grandhomme on 1. He's opened his account with that single, and what a turnaround we've seen in this game in the last hour and a half. What has happened at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium, I think most RCB fans will not believe it.
Well, certainly but they left the fight a little too late. If they would have got that initially in the IPL, they certainly would have been in contention for a playoff spot. But that is positive signs for a side who was struggling this season. They must come back strong next time around. And when Karthike was in the studio earlier in this innings, we were talking about how the wickets of Parthiv Patel, AB de Villiers and Virat Kohli have completely shifted the game into SRH's favour. And as you come back, the situation is quite the opposite. Shimron Hetmaya and Gurkirat Singh Mann completely taking the game away from SRH with a brilliant knock, individual knocks of their own.
Well, when I came back in the box, I realized, well, is this right? Am I dreaming? Is this true? Yes, it is true. And now it will be 18 gone, 165 for 4. And Khalil Ahmed will bowl over number 19. Possibly the most important over, as Colin de Grandhomme drives one down the ground. He'll pick up a single now. 10 needed of 11 deliveries, and de Grandhomme will do well to just pick up a single every delivery. But I have to say, a decently judged, very well judged catch, in fact, by Vijay Shankar at the mid-wicket, the extra cover fence. And he was mightily disappointed with himself, was Shimron Hetmaya. The way he's batted, he wanted to see his side through.
Well, he wanted to see his side through, but he shouldn't be too disappointed in himself. He has played fantastically for his side. Also, the fact that on 3 separate occasions he was almost going back into the dug on the over of Bhuvneshwar Kumar. So that must be a respite for him that he has survived up until now, as a wide has been bowled by Khalil Ahmed. You can't afford wides at this point in the game. You already are losing the game, and to revive any chance of surviving here, you are just putting water over it by providing extra runs for the opposition. 166 now up on board for RCB as they look comfortably striding towards the win.
That is something that you can't afford. You already have, more balls to bowl than runs to get, and you bowl a wide. And now shot outside the off stump, in the air, and Gurkirat now is gone. Slow delivery, and Gurkirat Mann has now thrown it away. Cuts one straight to backward point. Is there another twist in the tail here? 167 for 5. Still some smiles for Sunrisers Hyderabad. And after, we've seen this every time. After the partnership, one goes, the other follows. And again, after the follow, Shimron Hetmaya, it's Gurkirat Singh Mann who follows him back to the pavilion.
Is there something in this game for SRH? They would certainly believe this, because Gurkirat Singh Mann has been removed by Khalil Ahmed, and now 10 deliveries remain, 9 runs still needed for RCB, and Colin de Grandhomme will be joined in by a certain Washington Sundar in the middle.
He's a handy bat as well as Washington Sundar.
Well, certainly for RCB's case, they would like him to score some runs here also, because 9 still required of 10 deliveries. Will SRH tighten the screw here? We'll have to wait and see. And with Khalil Ahmed bowling the second last over, and now it'll be on Mohammad Nabi, or yes, it will certainly be on Mohammad Nabi to bowl the final over, or on Vijay Shankar. So interesting on this occasion, because Rashid Khan is done with his 4-over quota. So is Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Khalil Ahmed, he is bowling his final over, and overs from Mohammad Nabi and Vijay Shankar remain. I think it will be Mohammad Nabi who will be bowling in the final over. So that will also be interesting if this game goes into the final over, because 9 are still required of 10 deliveries for RCB.
Absolutely, 9 required of 10, with now Khalil Ahmed getting that wicket and turning the game a bit in, I won't say in the favour of Sunrisers Hyderabad, certainly getting them back in the game, as he now bowls to Washington Sundar, way outside off. Sundar looks to cut that away. It's been called as a wide. He's just picked up a wicket. What are you doing, Khalil Ahmed? Another one added to RCB's total. It's 168 for 5, and he's called dibs as Barito. So that's all yours, brother, no problem. As 8 now needed of the final 10 deliveries, and I have to say, if RCB pull this off, what a win this will be.
Well, they are certainly pulling this one off at the moment, and it's a Washington Sundar who tried to go a bit edged, but will that be taken? Yes, it has been taken. So another wicket down for RCB. Manish Pandey, the best fielder, present at the right spot at the right time. So 2 wickets for a certain Khalil Ahmed, and now things are tricky again in this game. Khalil Ahmed, he concedes runs, he takes wickets. What's the equation with this lad? He's certainly providing us with the entertainment right at the death. And now 8 still required on 9 deliveries. This game is turning out to be a cracker.
With 6 wickets gone now, I don't think there was any need for Washington Sundar to play that shot. The first delivery plays it in the air, and it's taken by the man at mid on, running backwards, and it was none other than Manish Pandey who completed that catch. So 168 for 6, 8 needed of 9 deliveries. What's going to happen here for the RCB? Well, I think if you're an RCB fan, you might be used to this now, that you
also a DC fan should
also a DC fan, but at least DC have qualified
this time
for the playoffs after a gap of 7 years. But yes, if you're an RCB fan, you need 1 run to get off 3 deliveries. You may expect a super over. That's how things have been. But now, all the hard work done there by Gurkeerat Maan and Shimrat Hitmire may just go down the drain, as the new man is Umesh Yadav as he cuts one, and excellent diving stop there by the short third man fielder. Had 4 written on it, but Bhuvneshwar Kumar puts in a dive and keeps it down to 1.
So fantastic fielding there by Bhuvneshwar Kumar to restrict runs for his side. And late on, a drama in this game, as Khalil Ahmed has taken 2 wickets in this over, and the last over would be bowled by Mohammad Nabi. So interesting things turning out at the Chinnaswamy. Manish Pandey kisses the ball as he takes the catch. He's certainly very happy with that, because he hasn't been able to provide with the bat in this game. Kane Williamson, he did very well, but certainly for our SRH's case, Shimran Hatmaya and Gurkeerat Singh Maan were present to take the game away, as Umesh Yadav is being tormented at the moment by Khalil Ahmed. He's not a batsman, and they want Colin Granholm on the strike as soon as possible.
Well, they need 7 of 7 now to Royal Challengers Bangalore, and the bulk of the responsibility is on Colin de Grandhomme. A moment a few or so ago, they were looking very relaxed with RCB fans. They dug out the management, but with 3 wickets going in quick succession, Virat Kohli was just hiding his face and laughing at, well, what can I do? And seriously, have to feel for Virat, as now Umesh drives one down the ground. He'll pick up a single of the final delivery, and with that, it's 19 overs gone. 170 for the loss of 6 wickets. 6 needed of the final 6.
I think it's the most unworthy single that they have taken all season. Umesh Yadav taking a single of the last delivery of the second last over, with Colin de Grandhomme on the other end. They should have just stayed in his lane and let Colin de Grandhomme face every ball of the final over.
Well, to be honest, if Umesh Yadav can win this game for RCB, we will let go of all the poor bowling that he's done, all the runs and the 6s he's conceded. We'll forget about that, and I'll stop calling him Sir Umesh Yadav. I'll just respect him as Mr. Yadav from here on, if he can get one out the middle of the bat and clear the fence. 6 needed of the final over for Royal Challengers Bangalore. What a game! And RCB fans must be thinking, send Karthikeya out of the com box, out of the cricket lounge. The moment he returns, well, it turns on its head.
Well, even KKR are admiring Hetmyer, says Tenzin. Well, they have the likes of Andre Russell in their squad, so they have quality batsmen to look up to at the moment. And for SRH fans, they are missing, yes, Warner and Bairstow at the moment, but for them the game isn't still over. The quick wickets for Khalil Ahmed has resulted in SRH being brought into the game with the removal of Shimran Hatmaya, then Gurkeerat, and then Washington Sundar going back into the hut one after the other. And will that be it? Yes, Umesh.
Oh, Mr. Yadav! He's done it!
Out of everybody, it's Umesh Yadav who struck a 4 for RCB, and RCB fans cannot believe it as they dance along the tunes of Umesh Yadav. Through the covers, and that he tried to cut it, and he has got a 4 for himself. So
Kane Williamson can't believe it.
He's saying, oh my word, he can't believe it. He can play shots like that. Oh my word, Umesh Yadav. What does he carry in his bag today?
I'm not very sure. Now he cracks one away through the point region again. Will that be another boundary? Yes! Umesh Yadav has won it! Umesh Yadav has won it for RCB! Would you believe it? Royal Challengers Bangalore win by 4 wickets. Oh, Mr. Yadav, you beauty!
Umesh Yadav has picked this fielding side apart, and he was the one who brought SRH back into the game late in the first innings, and he's the one who has finished things off for RCB. So certainly things are quite even now, and as you have to now denote Mr. Umesh Yadav as Mr. Umesh Yadav.
Not Sir Umesh Yadav, Mr. Yadav. All due respect, sir, you won the game for Royal Challengers Bangalore. Although you're supposed to win it with the ball, you won it with the bat on that occasion. Mani Prasad got very happy. Tenzing Sungra, well done, brother. Now you have a chance with KKR if they go on and defeat Mumbai to go on to the playoffs. But quickly, we'll talk you through what's happened. Yes, RCB have defeated Sunrisers Hyderabad. What a game it was. Batting first, it was Sunrisers Hyderabad who scored 175 for 7. Kane Williamson, the captain, scoring an unbeaten 70. 30 for Martin Guptill, 20 for Vridhaman Saha, 27 for Vijay Shankar as they got to 175 for 7 in the 20 overs. 3 wickets for Washington Sundar. A couple of wickets for Navdeep Saini and a wicket each for Kulwant Kijrolia and Yaswendra Chahal completing 100 wickets, the leg spin, and then chasing 176 to win. Royal Challengers Bangalore achieved the target, scoring 178 for 6 in 19.2 overs, and the heroes were Shimran Hetmar and Gurkirat Singh Maan. After AB de Villiers, Virat Kohli and Parthiv Patel all went cheaply, a massive partnership between Shimran Hetmar and Gurkirat Singh Maan almost got them over before late drama at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. 75 for Shimran Hetmar, 65 for Gurkirat Singh Maan, and in the end 2 boundaries for Mr. Yadav. Sir Umesh Yadav getting RCB through. I'm sorry, I cannot call him Sir Yadav now. He is Mr. Umesh Yadav. Hats off to the tall fast bowler getting those 2 boundaries. As far as the bowlers for Sunrisers Hyderabad were concerned, 3 wickets for Khalil Ahmed, couple of them for Bhuvneshwar Kumar, and a wicket for Rashid Khan as well. So that's the news that Royal Challengers Bangalore have spoiled Sunrisers Hyderabad's party. They've defeated them by 4 wickets at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bangalore, and after a dismal season, they've at least signed off on a positive note. As far as signing off is concerned, it's time for us to take a leave as well. Me, Karthik Sinha, along with Paritosh Joshi and Walli Siddiqui, taking your leave today, but we'll be back tomorrow when it will be Mumbai Indians playing host to Kolkata Knight Riders. In fact, Punjab also will be up against Chennai Super Kings. That's tomorrow, along with Mumbai and Kolkata. That'll be the match at 8 o'clock. So double header on Super Sunday. But for now, earlier it was Delhi Capitals, and today, right now, it's RCB, the winners on a fantastic Saturday. Good night, goodbye, with the news that RCB have defeated Sunrisers Hyderabad by 4 wickets.
This is Sports Flashes Live.
Sports Flashes.
It's time for Indian